What do you
Another
call
word for
a
a furball.
1,000-year-old? What is it? Fae.
Yeah.
Wait, are we live?
Yep.
Doesn't work anymore. Doesn't work anymore.
Shit.
I liked your little. I'm cute. Hello, everybody. Hello, internet. Hi, Jag. Hello. Let me scroll back up. Hello, Diggity Dave. Sarakia, I believe, if that's the right way to say. Hello, everyone, and welcome. How is everybody doing today? Ha! It only took 12, 13 weeks. Well, like 15 weeks, and I got it. Win. That's
Effort.
a win. But hello, Jag. I'm glad you're doing great. Hello, potatoes. Hi, Tatiana.
Potatoes.
Potatoes for the win.
Good. Glad you're doing good, Dave. Welcome
I
back.
love that emo.
Oh man, I just had so many
More
potatoes
friendly.
too.
Oh, did you? Were they tots? Were they tots, Napoleon?
Yeah, I had a bunch of tots. Don't touch them.
Potato
Get
tots.
your own frickin' tots.
I was gonna say, did you put any in your side pouch for later?
No, I don't own sweatpants with side pouches.
Does anyone else think when he was grabbing those tots out of that pocket, it sounded like tissue paper that you put in gift wrapping?
Don't like.
Oh, that's sharp in my mind.
Tissue tots.
You don't have that sharp in your mind? How do you not have that sharp in your mind?
I also
Hey,
don't like his
Brandon.
GoPro boots.
Everybody say hi to Brandon and thank him because he's amazing. And
Hi,
a gremlin.
Thank
Hi,
you,
Brandon.
you're amazing.
Thank you, you're amazing.
You're an amazing gremlin.
Thank you, you are a man.
Thank
Our
you,
creative
our
goblin.
man.
Amazing you are, thank.
Dumb, man.
Amazing you are.
Well, hello, and welcome to this week's chapter of the Arcane Archives.
Just elbow your ears.
That's not a thing.
How do you do that? That doesn't look good. This looks bad.
It's an A and an A.
I know what it is, but it's not what it looks like.
What's a wiener? I don't know. It's whatever you want it to be.
Thank you, potatoes. That's the spirit.
I want it to be a wiener.
No real announcements other than because of the holidays, we will be off for the next 2 weeks, and we will be 2 months. We're gone for 2 months.
2 years.
So there will not be a new live episode until the 8th of January. But we should have, I believe I'm going to be running VODs, so if anyone wants to come hang out and do like a watch party or something on those days, maybe we'll be here hanging out and just hanging out and chat with y'all. But, yeah, so if you don't see our beautiful faces for the next 2 weeks, that is why. Don't worry, we didn't. Yeah, just wait longer. Just patient.
Just wait longer.
With this break, though, we're going to be taking the time to try to tie some knots up on these projects. We've been working in between the episodes, and when we come back, we're going to have fresh gifties, nifty gifties for the eyeballs.
And
Not
no-
any,
Not
no,
only
there's
gonna
no
tie
merch.
them.
Jack.
No merch, Jack.
I gotta
They're
be
gonna
careful
be
what I
double
say.
knotted.
We double knotted nifty gifties.
Nifty gifties.
Butterfly double knot, triple Windsor, nifty gifty. Nalar is Singa the boy.
I am a
It's short.
sneaky
Boy.
dead boy.
Because it's my shirt. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Merch.
He brought
should
me
adjust
actually
that.
to the place where I bought this
Monka S.
shirt, but that's anyway.
Oh, got you. Well, is there any other announcements or anything anyone would like to say before we start? No?
Oh,
All right. Yes, go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna call out Diggity Dave. I was gonna call out Diggity Dave in chat, but
Oh,
I'll let him slide.
no, we're gonna let him slide. You hear
Let him
that?
slide.
He wanted to, but he's letting you slide.
I got my eyes on you, Diggity Dave 09512 or whatever you had to put in to get the name you wanted.
I hate that.
Where is it? Diggity Dave 101. It's actually not that bad.
There was 100 before me, but
Oh, he's asking for it. He's asking for the shade.
do it, B.
Well, on that note, let us jump into this week's chapter of the Arcane Archives. In the last chapter of the Arcane Archives, the party re-entered Murk Meadows Springs to assassinate Lennon to save Brick, who had information the party needed. After scouting around the town, Ecclesius had disguised himself as Brick and went to his forge to lure out Lennon. Little did he know Lennon was waiting for him inside the forge. After a brief but very tense discussion, a deal was struck for Ecclesius to bring Brick to Lennon in exchange for the information he sought. However, the party would double-cross Lennon and attack him at the forge along with other fellow Bureau members. After almost losing Cthulhu and having the militia get involved, the party was victorious and killed Lennon before quickly fleeing the town of Murk Meadow Springs. Brick informed Ecclesius of a temple for him to seek out the artifact, or the Eye of Burser that he's been searching for. And he informed the party that his best advice is to leave the pieces where they lie and forget about the Goliath and to mourn their friend. But if they truly wanted to track him down, they could potentially track him from within the Bureau. He informed them that there is a man that helped Brick leave the Bureau in Celeria. He owns an inn named the Opulent Butal, and he may be able to help you find them. After saying your goodbyes and parting ways, you were all informed, or you all had the decision to travel farther up the mountain range to find this temple that Brick spoke of. As we open into this week's chapter, you all are traveling along the mountain range. 1 day goes by, 2 days go by, 2 days turn into a full Ennead, which after about 16 days of travel, the days prove simple enough. Having experience now traveling, and with how remote your location is, you are able to get by without any trouble or running into any other passerbys. Their air has grown very cold. You must make larger and larger fires at night to stay warm. June, Zio, and especially Alar are not very fazed by the changing of the weather. June and Zio probably still have stowed away warm weather or cold weather clothing, and Alar doesn't have any need for it. The rest of you are starting to feel the effects of the cold, and will definitely need to find regular winter clothing in the near future. At night, the sky is clear and the moon and stars dance together. During the day, seeing how small you are in comparison to these mountains is staggering. And on this night, you reach the break in the mountain range. As Brick informed you to wait to sunrise, so the light will guide you, you all make camp. What would you all like to do?
In those 16 days, did we take a long rest at all?
Yes, those were.
Did we long rest at all?
You would all have taken multiple long rests. Mark off. We'll say. We'll say that in. If you would like, you can mark off. I believe you all had 10 rations. So mark off your 10 rations, and we'll say that you had to do some extra scavenging, and taking a little bit longer of days. So your lunch and your meals, you'd have to actually fend for.
What if I don't like, though?
If you don't like, then you have 5 points of exhaustion.
I only have 9 rations.
Just mark off the 9. Whatever you guys have, your total, mark it off.
I was gonna say I have 11. I will give you one, Ecclesius.
We are out of rations.
Correct.
What are we marking? So we're marking down to 0, or what
You have no rations.
Yep.
At this
0.
point,
Okay.
you guys have been traveling for quite a long time.
We are
And
irrational.
I will give bonus points to anyone that knows. I hate you. Anyone that knows what the date is.
Hold on.
Let me just pull it up on the
It's,
calendar that I printed off.
I should do that.
You know, I'm gonna just while Jess is looking that up, I'm gonna just address the group at our campsite. I figured with my padded clothing and fur, I would have taken to the cold a little better.
You know, that's kind of true.
I
That's fairly
I
true.
think
So it's just
Right.
me and Erden are just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's a good
this
point.
weather
So
is balls.
I completely agree. Fucking
I
sucks.
think the day is gonna be an ice over. The last date I wrote is 33rd of Redfall, but I
Yeah,
think
that's the last
that
thing I
one-
have.
But I think that was more than 10 days ago, so I'm gonna go for like I'm gonna say 10 ice over, something around there.
Well, there's
Is
snow
that-
mood before ice over.
Snow mood.
Can
How
you
many
drive
days
that?
are in?
Oh well, then
in
10 snow
Redfall?
moon.
I'll be posting after this session. I'll be posting the calendar in our community Discord, so everybody can go see it. But
Hang on.
Mark
also
the days
players,
off.
yes. But
Yep,
players,
sounds
we are on the 14th of snow mood,
Hey, Nick was pretty close.
so
Yeah.
about 20-ish days before winter truly starts. No one say it.
I can feel the smell of winter. It is so wonderful. It reminds me of home.
Where are
Hey,
you
Lar.
from?
Fuck
I'm
yeah.
going
It
to
is quite
sleep in the same sleeping bag as you.
Do I have to butter my biscuits before I know? Just kidding.
Yes.
Oh,
I am not the female
Biscuits
furbog.
must
Do
always
not
be
touch me.
buttered.
Perfect.
Do not.
Okay. If we are kind of like setting up camp, I actually want to like pull Zio aside, real quick, and maybe like start gathering wood for the fire.
Okay.
And I just want to like tell Zio, like kind of with like maybe like a bunch of twigs in one arm, I'll pull out my spell book in the other, and I'll kind of like flip through the pages. And I'll be like, hey, ever since you kind of told me the spell that you were trying to learn, I've been looking through my old mentor's spell book to see if I could find anything that could help you. And I did. And
Oh.
I will kind of like put down the twigs and kind of take a few steps back. And to light the fire, I will kind of just rub my fingers together like I usually do for Ray of Frost, but instead this time I cast Firebolt. And I'll look at Zio like this.
Awesome. Now, how do I do it?
And I'll kind of like look through the book. And it kind of just, you look at where you want it to go. And for me, I like to kind of rub my fingers together for this type of spell. And then I like to say, for this one, I say ignite.
Ignite. Okay. So just saying firebolt wasn't good enough. Yeah.
No, probably not.
Okay. Okay.
But I do
I
know that
will,
your magic works a little differently than mine. But I just wanted to show you that I was looking at what you were looking for. I hope that I'm able to help.
I think that it will help. I appreciate you doing the research and putting in the time to help me. It means a lot.
Also, this is what it's supposed to look like when it works.
Yeah, it's.
Oh.
I've seen it like twice now, but maybe once.
I'll kind of like do it a couple more times, but like consistently.
Oh, yeah.
Tim the Enchanter.
I got you.
Yes, I am Tim the Enchanter.
This
I
is
will.
good.
I'll try and mimic June by rubbing my fingers together and focusing on this already lit fire.
Oh no.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna grab like more twigs and keep adding to it.
I'm walking 120 feet
Gonna
away.
make a bonfire.
You know, I just want to remind other people that played in a home
119.
home game. The last time someone was just shooting off fireworks, didn't end well.
We're in the middle of nowhere. It's gonna be
I'm
fun.
with Uridin. I'm walking away with Uridin.
Okay.
It's debatable.
I'm watching them and I'm like, you know, it is far more efficient to add a large log into the fire rather than small twigs. The small twigs will burn very quickly.
Hey, Aylar, you want to be our large log?
Yeah.
Hop in the fire.
Flesh is not a suitable fuel for a fire.
But can you get us some large logs?
But fur is.
That's what you
Can
call
I
a
give us some
bird.
large logs?
But for
Yeah.
Butt
Yeah,
fur.
then I'll go.
So you can go and
look
spend
What's
a
a
little bit of
butt
time. Yeah. You come back.
as they get rid of me.
Yeah, you can definitely make a large roaring fire.
Yeah.
crackling fire suitable for crafting weapons and roasting meat.
I'm gonna pull. Uridin, do you need to fix your little leather strap on your armor? Is it still? It's still broken, right?
That says
Oh, because I got fondled
Yeah.
and stuff.
No, it broke when
Well,
you were on
I-
your travels.
Yeah, when you were traveling, you know, it snapped, and then we tried to fix it with Alar's shield, and he can't really do it.
Oh yeah, I actually forgot about that. Oh
Well,
I've been topless this whole time.
I have leather straps. If you don't mind,
TOS.
let me, mess with it for a second.
Okay, yeah, I appreciate that.
I will attempt to fix his armor with the leather straps that I got from the blacksmith.
Nice.
I also want to just note that Uridin is censored with sporks.
Whoosh.
I didn't say the whole thing fell off.
Well, he's not gonna work on it when I'm still wearing it, so I had to take it off.
censored with sporks.
I hand him priest garments if he wants to put.
And for some reason, my belly button is censored too.
Okay. You are very cold. Because as you begin to tinker away, make a tinkering check. So
Be. I'm not proficient. I'm proficient in smithing tools, so if I can
I feel
use
like
that.
do a sleight of hand check.
There's such a
Constant
bad luck with
hand.
deciding to pick the spell mending because you're like, it's never really
Well,
going to come in handy. And then you're like, I'm not
that's
going to
not
pick it. And then the
horrible.
first thing that happens is somebody's like, "Hey, my pencil broke. And you're like,
13.
I'll get it tomorrow, and then you forget about it again.
What'd you roll?
13.
13?
13.
It takes a better part of about an hour because even though you have, the tools and some of the necessary components, you're working on the ground and on your knees, It's not a suitable area to work on it, but you do manage to fix his armor.
nice.
There you
When
go.
he took it, I used to be a shade of green, but now I am purple.
Your teeth just chattering.
Just stand by the fire. You'll be fine.
Oh, there's been a fire this whole time.
You were choosing not to. Like Cthulhu put the armor down in front of the fire as he sat there, and you sat behind him.
I'm just watching him shivering, like, what an idiot.
As you guys all sit around and you're making the repairs and learning about firebolt, you notice that there is a slight snowfall that begins to happen.
I do give myself a little bit of privacy because I want to try to practice something.
Okay.
But I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, you go off just a little bit.
Like I'm not like running like 60 feet away. Like they can still hear and see me, but I'm just I need my own space, and I'm just essentially doing almost like one half of the fusion dance, and then I'm like clapping my hand and holding it forward and like looking down at my hands and just like so you just keep hearing like this clapping throughout the forest. Then I come back. Must
As
be
he-
too cold.
On your way back, I'd probably join you, like meet you halfway, because I wanted to pick your brain a little bit.
Make
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to figure out this clap move.
What's this?
Oh, Uridin. Well, I'm...
Sorry for interrupting. I can leave.
No. It's fine. I work well with the crowd. Over this past Ennead, I was recalling stories of procuring weather and manipulating it to what you want to do. And I almost feel intuitively that I can do this spell or trick. I don't know, but something doesn't feel like it's working right. I just want practice.
Oh, if you can do that and make it warm, I'll be forever grateful.
No, I don't think it's gonna make it warm, but even I am cold.
I wanted to ask you, what is your opinion of our, little skirmish we had back in that town?
Well, I have not seen much combat myself, but I feel we all worked together well. I was, I feared for Cthulhu.
Yeah, it got a little scary. I was quite a ways away, which is bad choice, but I want to. I don't know. We all kind of weren't very like battle-hardened people until we all kind of met. I don't know if it's something we do as a group, but I do appreciate you having our backs.
Of course. You got me as far as I needed, and now I have the item that I sought. Yeah, I am curious how I will fit in this group, considering I only have.
And I'll like kind of pull out my boomerang, and then like I'll like slide out the rapier handle from like the bag of holding.
But I don't use them, not often.
Well, if there's ever a bind where you aren't comfortable, you can always stay with me. I am always at a distance. I like to, well, more recently, I want to observe and then act.
That is wise. Unfortunately, I need to be close to do a lot of what I can do. I need to physically touch the person to inspire, or to remind them that they have the power within themselves.
It is also not bad to let things formulate and then go in. But
This
I know
is
what you mean.
true. This is very true. I'm just excited that you all have me.
Well, if you want to keep practicing your trick, I will attempt to critique you.
Ah,
I have no idea what you're doing.
Yeah.
though.
I will give it a go. And
So what I do is I like separate like sumo squat, like legs width apart, and I kind of crouch down. Then I have my hands here, and then I like wave over once, and then twice, and then I just like clap my hands real hard, and nothing happens again. I'm just like,
and honestly, it might be a little too cold. I'm still trying to remember the words too. But it looks like they got the fire going, so don't know about you, but
Yeah, let's
Could
go
you
warm
see-
up.
could you see anything while we're like walking back?
could you see anything I might have been doing wrong though?
I did notice that you had your feet planted at first, but then when you started moving your hands, they came off the ground. I don't know if that means anything.
Ah, I had failed with the somatic awareness. I will keep that in mind next time.
I'll just give him a nod as we head to the fire.
Question.
Alright. Yes, Cthulhu.
Is the fire hot enough to melt gold?
No. Maybe? Maybe. You could
Gold's
try.
pretty soft.
It's a soft metal.
Probably not.
You could try. What are you putting it in?
Okay. In my smithing tools, it says allows you to work on metal and work on raw ingots and useful items. So
The melting
Maybe.
point is about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's not a portable kiln.
I
you-
don't know. I just see it, and I know we have raw.
I would
gold.
say you probably have like tongs and stuff like that. I don't know if you would have like
A
a-
crucible.
enough-
a
what I have-
crucible, like a cast iron bucket to put this in.
I mean, it's 8 pounds, so that's a lot of weight. But would I have the materials necessary to look at how much value the 3 pounds of gold in Ecclesius' bag would be that we found earlier?
Where did you find 3 pounds of gold again?
We found it under a sack.
Oh,
remember?
that's
and then,
right.
And then
Um,
Ecclesius is holding it. And,
Should I have written 3 pounds of gold and put it
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
Whomever
3
has it
pounds
in their
of raw
pocket,
gold.
yeah. Make a
I just want to know if I could.
History
'cause
check.
I
Yeah, you
don't
could
know if
try.
I would
Make a
know.
history check.
I definitely don't, because that's a 1.
You don't know. Don't
I
even need to look it up.
don't.
Don't even need to look it up. You're like, man, that could go for 6, maybe 5. Then
It's about 100.
someone's like, what? Are you like, yeah, it could be 7. You're unsure.
Alrighty.
As we're sitting there, I'm assuming I'm still sitting next to June unless she's walked off. I'm going to be rubbing my fingertips together, just kind of looking up in the air as I ask, in your book, it doesn't happen to have anything in there about calling magical foxes to you, does it?
I'll kind of start fast skimming through the book to see if I see anything that says like find or call or summon.
As you kind of skim through it for 5 or 10 minutes, doesn't seem to be anything in your book about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zero, but I don't see anything along those lines.
It's alright. You've helped me learn already, and I greatly appreciate that. Ignite! And I'm gonna try and send a firebolt just into the sky.
Yes.
All right.
Do you do like Saturday Night
roll-
Fever movie before you do it?
Just roll a percentile die.
I can do that. You got 15 to 0. Is that just 50? Okay.
As you go ignite, and you, June, as he does it quickly, you see, your eyes a little more trained for what you're looking for. As you see this steam or this, the heat waves start to radiate off, even separate from the fire. As some of the snowflakes that are falling melt like in front of his hand as he ignite, and you send a fireball into the sky.
Hey.
Yes.
As you all
like
just
that.
sitting there, and you just see,
Goodness
you just
gracious.
yeah.
As you just like ignited a flare.
Roll a d20 for me.
Oh,
Me?
shit.
In some way, there's a captain on the shoreline just ready to shoot a ballista.
That's the signal.
A 10? Okay.
Oh my god.
That's the signal! All right, you guys see, and because it's pitch black, you just see it.
Oh, we're starting a forest fire for sure.
It disappears behind some trees.
It's snowing.
Is it
It'll be alright.
like a lot of trees?
Disappears behind some trees. He says it probably like 200 yards.
Fuck.
So
My leg!
Technically, the range is 120 feet.
that's your
I'm
effective
impressed.
range, but it could go farther.
Okay.
I'm impressed with the display of random magical tricks, but don't you think that's a little irresponsible to do?
Why?
Maybe up in the air, in just in the sense of giving our location, but out here,
Oh.
there's no one around.
The
Well, we
forest
don't.
is. How could you say such a thing, June?
I'm
We
with
are
you,
in the
Ava.
forest. There are many
Seems-
things around.
I said
Yes.
no one, and
No,
So
there are
only
many
people.
things around.
then perhaps
don't-
I think there's probably no one that would be searching for us.
Sorry, no,
Or-
just shoot some fire at them
yes,
too.
but I mean, if
Yes.
we perhaps harm the forest, that would be tragedy.
You're
Why
right.
don't
Are we
you
shooting off cool
learn,
tricks?
like,
How
In-
fast June backed
innocent.
up. Yeah, you're right.
innocent
'Cause you're just like-
magics? There are such things as innocent magics, like this. And I'll look at Zio and I'll cast Prestidigitation and clean his armor.
Okay. As you clean his
I
armor,
like that one.
his fairly shiny armor gets even shinier.
As
Oh my
Okay,
God, I
it's
can
too
see
bright.
myself.
It's too bright. Cover it. Oh my god, it's reflecting off the goddamn snow.
Ecclesius
it-
is.
My eyes.
Sorry, I was going to say Ecclesius is actually inspired by everybody's display of, plucking the strings of the arcane web, and I'm gonna like get up and be like,
Uridin, I'm going to listen to what you said about my feet.
I'm gonna like walk away like 30 feet or whatever, and camp to my back. And I'll go, plant my feet. I go, and then smack my hands together, making sure my feet stay planted firmly on the ground, and I do cast Thunder Wave and just this loud.
All right. So what you guys
Crack.
all see, the snow that is
Hood blows
laying on the ground, just as what's the distance? Is it a 30-foot cone? Right?
No,
It's
it's
a
a 15-foot
20,
cube in front of
15
me.
foot cube.
Everything
Okay.
gets pushed back 10 feet, and you can hear it for 300 feet.
As it and some of the trees kind of shake as all the snow that's laying on them falls off, as you just hear
But my hood like
instantly-
oh sorry, my
instantly
hood
when he
blows
does
off
that-
real quick. I just like look over, like whiskers are all like disheveled and stuff, and I'm just like
What
his
you
whip.
probably see is Alar, because the instant he hears that noise, I'm gonna use Hidden Step to turn invisible. And so I'm like, loud noise, invisible. And then like all the snow, I'm imagining it's probably going to hit me, so you can still see me, just like all that snow.
Yeah, telepathically to Alar. You know we can still see you, right?
I would obviously look down, like, and it only lasts for 6 seconds, so then I become visible, and I'm like, I nothing. I wanted to also show my magics.
Ecclesius, you can do that too. And I grab my hand axe and I go up to the tree, cast Thunderous Smite, and I hit it. And it
That's
so
poor
it,
tree.
I just want to put a sniper on the mountain.
Yeah,
just
it's like a
want
I know.
and you guys just
What's
Rah!
it look-
Ha! Gah!
I feel like his quest just started. He's like, all right, you have to find this group of people. And then he's like, all right. He turns around. He's just,
and then just
oh, there they are.
Seriously, that's them out there.
so as you go up and you cast Thunderous Smite on this thing, the tree just obliterates at the bottom and yeah, for some reason it sounds like a metal door creaking.
and
Metal
then
tree.
within a 300-foot area, it's again another thunder strike.
And then just
Kaduno, what if that was a tree ant?
Well, it's dead now. I have firewood.
No. You,
Yeah,
you
looks like we got
cannot-
plenty of firewood.
I got firewood.
Changing my accent.
I kind of like
You can't just.
You like
Me
my
too.
accent?
it. Yeah, it was very Swahili.
Alright, I'll
Keep
I'll
going.
do that.
I burned 3 more spell
hurts
slots.
the tree ants, then it will kill you. I have seen it happen before.
I wait for death.
Not from a tree ant.
Let me roll divine intervention.
So,
Sorry.
you guys remember innocent spells, ones that don't alert the entire planet that we are here.
I
I just thought it was cool that he could do the same thing I could do. My
Yes,
accent
June.
changed.
Everyone's like, fuck you.
I was gonna say I totally ignore Urden and I like sprint past him to get to Ecclesius and I go, that was awesome. How'd you do that?
Well, I had to implant my feet, but I remember seeing someone do this. They harness the power of the clouds, and yeah, it's like how you would say innate feeling, focus. You know.
Yeah, but I don't know that one.
Ayla, help me with this tree.
I think I'm going to call this one Thunderclap.
I'm.
I cast my last 3rd level, or my 3 1-level spells, and then I'm gonna cast it again twice at level 2.
Oh my god.
And this is when we get found and attacked.
Yep.
I mean, we
I-
are in a...
While he's like showing off, I'm kind of staring at my longsword, and with disappointment because it's not my great sword, and just still missing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm like, I will help you, Cthulhu. I say, and I have hand axes, so I would take out my hand axes. I would hand one of, I believe I have 2, and I would
I
hand
have
one of them to
one.
Cthulhu.
I
Yo,
have
you have, okay. then I would use my hand axe to chop up the tree.
All right. So you guys spend some time to play the drums on a tree and
Yeah, I
chop
was
it
gonna
up.
say, I picture you like treating the tree like a xylophone.
Yeah, I was just gonna say like hibachi, like
Hibachi
sushi.
chef.
Oh yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
So
Me and Ayla are gonna cut like logs, big logs, to throw in the
Okay.
fire.
Very well.
once everybody's settled down a little bit and we're sitting around the fire, I'd like to address everybody. And I'll stand up and face everybody.
Thunderclap.
Puts out the fire.
I will, address everybody and say, well, I'm glad my little shot of fire inspired all the ruckus and entertainment for the night. I appreciate it, and in particularly, I appreciate you, June, for helping me hopefully learn to do something more consistently. And for that, I would like to bestow upon you the title of Officer. Officer June. And
Officer June.
Yeah, June.
to welcome Ecclesius into the group, and for joining our glorious battle, if you will. I would like to give you the title of Corporal. Corporal Ecclesius.
Corporal. What does this mean?
I look at June, back at Zio.
I'll
I won't
look
say
at,
anything.
yeah, I'll look at,
I think corporal means that you are corporeal, right? Or like of this world. And then an officer means that you will be doing paperwork.
Oh,
I look at Ecclesius and I go. And and I'll take out like a cup from like my mess kit, and just I don't know, some snow that I might have melted in there, and hold it up, and I go to my new title of officer, and to Ecclesius's new title of corporal, and to all the other corporals, and to you, Captain Zio.
Zio.
I raised my
We
water
are not
skin,
going to that, but okay.
I grab a rock.
and then I look at
hand you my
Ecclesius as
other
as I raise it, and I say, "To thunderclap."
Yes.
To that as
No,
well.
that's
Yeah.
Actually, I have one other thing that I would like to bring up. I found this in my bag. I don't remember leaving home with it. It might have already been in there. I don't know. I don't know where it came from. But I'll pull out this brass orb out of my backpack. And it is a brass orb that contains strange runes. And I would like to show it to June and Ecclesius.
Ooh. I like look over at June's shoulder, like really interested while she holds it. Well, I can grab it.
Cast detect magic. Do that.
Okay.
Oh shit, I can do that as well. I forgot.
So
And
as you two are looking at it, you cast detect magic.
Yes.
All right.
DM, you know what this is, correct?
I believe so. This is your
Did you
message
try to
me.
gamble this?
Message
Yeah,
me.
we've all seen it.
With
Because
the
I don't
foot.
I believe so, but I don't want to say it and then be one wrong
Yeah.
or two give it away.
Alar's just sitting there, kind of insulted that he wasn't asked because he is the oldest, but also he knows that he would have no idea. So he's just sitting there, just like,
Yes, okay,
on,
that is
yeah,
what I was
but-
gonna say.
Yeah.
But yes, I do remember what it is.
The introvert that gets invited to the party. You want to be invited, but you don't really want to go.
I don't want
My
to go
life.
where I have been invited.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yo.
Literally the definition of me.
Yeah. So looking at this thing, I'll like kind of I'll hold it definitely so Ecclesius can see, and anybody else that's trying to look at it. Do I recognize the runes on it? And
Make an
can I do?
Arcana check.
Yeah. Can I do it?
I'll help her because I was gonna do the same.
Okay, both you can do it.
Might-
And then
you can go ahead. You have
sorry.
advantage on it.
And you were casting Detect Magic on it, correct?
Indeed.
All
My
right.
tail unwraps and then kind of like curls over my shoulder, seemingly looking at the orb as well.
You
And I'm
said
also gonna look around and see if anyone else has anything magical on them.
Alrighty. Before the Arcane
Vaelos'
check,
dick just starts
or
glowing.
Arcana check, I believe the only magical thing would be you see Ecclesius's forearm glow as well as the bag on his hip. But to my knowledge, does anyone else have any other magical items? Am I forgetting anything? Does anyone else have anything specific?
unless my component pouch is magical.
I have 10 rings, and I will systematically tell you what 20 level
For my
spells
spell
are
book.
charged with.
So those are the only things that ping. Even the brass
Wish,
orb
wish,
does not
wish,
ping.
Well, the orb's not magical, so I can tell you that much.
Oh, well, I have a question, DM.
Mm-hmm.
I know I already gave June advantage on it, but is that a strange way of splitting it because we might know different languages, not necessarily trying to figure out the same question?
If you would both want to make a roll, sure.
You can make a roll because I rolled lower on the advantage you gave me anyway.
Okay. I just thought because if it's like we're both trying to figure out like the same question, it makes sense, but we have different languages in our brains, so that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, I would say
my
both of you can.
Yeah, my first roll was an 18.
Okay.
And then I'm also gonna see if it's good or evil or divine or.
I've just been
That's
carrying a
20.
D4
I think one of my first ones
Nice.
is Ecclesius. So it'd be a 23.
Before I tell you the results of the Arcana check, the orb is not giving off any magical vibe, Kavun.
So no good, evil, divine, or anything.
It is not
Got it.
pinging at all. No.
It's a
June,
Vaelos starts,
looking
like,
at
poking the fire.
It is such a nice fire. Why are they not looking at it?
June, this item looks similar in nature to different artifacts or items that you have seen in your training and your upbringing. The runes on it do not speak of anything in particular with, a first glance. But Ecclesius, as you look at this item, and you're looking at the different runes, they are all mishmashed, and they don't seem to have a coherent message. Thinking about this, you would probably gather that, well, not you probably, you would gather that this is some sort of arcane cipher.
Ooh, I say in character.
I'll kind of like hand it over to Ecclesius at this point and say, I've seen things like this, like especially when I was, practicing and first learning with my mentor. But I can't really make out any of the runes.
Have you used an arcane cipher?
Damn.
No. It would not be a common thing.
Okay. Would my mentor maybe have had them?
Maybe, but it would be a high level thing, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying that you probably saw things similar to it,
Yeah.
but even if you asked, it'd probably be like, one day,
Yeah. Young grasshopper, not yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll kind of look at Ecclesius and say, no, I've seen similar things, but I've never used them. It's always been kind of above my skill set.
Indeed, me too, in a way. I could have sworn I saw somebody sell one of these, but I paid it no attention because it wasn't magical. And but I knew I've seen one of these, but I do have no idea how to use them.
Is it valuable?
I do not know the exact value, but yeah.
Huh. I wonder if my parents just kind of picked it up for me on my way out as a going away gift.
Here's a plot hook item. Have fun.
Should we show the rest of the group?
I mean, we're not hiding it. As I turn my head to look at everybody else just kind of sitting there.
Yep. And the only person not looking at you is Cthulhu, or is Alar.
Actually, I was gonna sneak away.
Oh, okay. Well,
Nah.
you don't. I say no. Roll stealth check.
Okay. 15.
Is anyone's passive perception above that? Did not think so. You feel like you have slipped away.
I just kind of go towards like a perimeter of trees. I don't know how far off we might be, but I want to kind of take a look around, make sure we're safe-ish. But my sole intention is to pray for the second time.
Okay. So you look around, and as you get 30, 40, 50 to 100 feet away, however long until you feel comfortable enough, the stillness of night takes you as a small breeze comes through, which chills you to your bone, but it's relaxing as as your feet kind of crunch on the dead leaves as well as the new fallen snow. What would you like to do?
So I've watched Alar, and I've heard and have seen Cthulhu do their prayers. So he's going to kind of mimic their postures. He's going to set out the last arrow that he made for himself, and it just says honor on it, etched in it, and it's a very dark arrow. So when he scratched the word into it, it pops out very white.
Okay.
Cool.
He lays that down and kneels before it, closing his eyes and kind of like looking upward. And he tries to, not audibly, but mentally call out for his patron.
Alrighty.
Cool.
What do you say in your head or on? And it's chord, right?
Correct.
How do you address? What do you say in your head?
I think at first he'd be very like lost and confused, like, "Hello, Cord, I am calling you. Hello," and then he would finally like, "All right, stop, just," and then he would clear his mind, and he would just think of the word honor, and he thinks of lightning trying to connect.
All right. Roll a religion check for me.
Uh, 12.
As you close your eyes and in your calm state, but you think of, to think of, like lightning or thunder would, be a violent act in the sky. Not like violent as in, evil or anything, but in the stillness of night, as you think about it, the cold air takes you even more as a strong breeze comes by, to the point where even you couldn't keep your eyes closed as you open them and you look around just at the snow falling around you.
I'll not sure if it's a sign or not. I'll just kind of keep my eyes open, but I'll gaze upward again, and I'll just start, this time audibly, softly speaking. I'll say, what of the visions you have sent in the past? I want more clarity. I need it. I feel so lost still, so far from home. And then he'll ask, he'll wait a little bit, and then probably get impatient, and then he'll say, am I being followed right now? What of my village? As he just keeps looking up.
Okay. As you're in the silence and you are reaching out to Cord, the silence almost deafening as the party behind you lets out a burst of laughter as you turn back and you see them behind you as a strong wind picks up and going past you and towards the party.
A smirk will go across Erden's face, and he will bow his head, and he says, "By the thunders, you have honor." Stands up, picks up the arrow, and goes back.
All right. None of you really noticed that Erden was gone, but you do notice him return.
Definitely smiling too. He's pretty happy right now.
Oh, hi, Erden.
Oh, hello.
You seem to
How
be
are
in
you?
high spirits.
Do you know what
I
this
I think
thing
he's
says?
warmer now.
No, I'm really cold, but I try not to think about it. Right?
I could make like a little tiny fire, like.
I
Right
think
under
you
your
did that
butt or
already, like
something.
200 yards over there. Probably killed some.
As you guys all look, and the sky's now orange, you're like, oh. No, just kidding.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
fire I do it's not warm.
Yeah, I just did a quick little scan, make sure we're alone and out of harm.
And
So smart.
I did not see anything. Sorry, I burped.
So yes and no. You
Yes.
can burp all you want. This is the outside.
I think it's just a reaction of cold, right?
That's an odd reaction.
I don't know. I'm making it up.
It's a-
Very honest of you to come forth.
I make.
No,
I make it
but,
up. I'm a liar.
I heard you guys laugh, so I figured I'd come back. What is the consensus of your item?
It's a thing.
That I knew.
I'll nudge Jessica or June.
Go on.
Oh, well, would I know what it's called? Damn.
Oh,
Even Ecclesius doesn't know what it's called.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Wait,
a
so
thing. It was you know
a thing.
like what it is, like what the writing on the outside probably is, but the item itself you're unsure like its nature, if it's just that.
oh, we know what it's called though, right?
No. He said
No,
we
my
don't know.
what you
Neither of us
discerned
know.
from it was all the runes on it. The runes themselves are some sort of cipher. But
But you specifically said it was arcane cipher, so should I?
I'm saying the scripture on it is arcane cipher. I'm just saying like the orb itself.
Well,
you're
would I
unsure
know
what
that
it
it
is.
was? Would I know that it's called like it's a cipher, like an arcane cipher? Like, can I say that?
Did Ecclesius
June
tell
say
you that?
Then no.
Yeah,
did
I
I
say it out
Oh,
loud.
you did.
Yeah, then yeah. I think
Okay.
all the knowledge about it that Ecclesius has, you all have.
Okay. Then yeah, I looked to Uridan. All we know is that it is it's a cipher. I really don't know anything more than that though.
May I see it?
There you go.
And then, I'm gonna hold it, and then I just want to like trace my fingers around the runes, if there's anything like different about them.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
Well, this is gonna go great. Oh shit! I actually have a plus in this. 13.
Okay. It's confusing to you. Not something you've studied before.
And you said this is made out of brass?
Looks like it.
Could I tell what metal it's made out of?
It is brass.
Got it.
You know, I think this would make awesome buckles for my new straps that Cthulhu just made me.
Or not.
But it's yours. Here you go.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, if you want some buckles, I can make those once we get a forge. I have an iron ingot just waiting.
I mean, we could, just tow a forge with us.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Alar
That's
could
all.
carry it. He's kind of big.
Is Aylar around?
He's still looking at the
Staring
fire.
into the fire, upset that people aren't enjoying the fire.
Yeah, after
Invisible?
Zio would have handed Uridan the cipher, I would have kind of just looked over at Alar, kind of staring at the fire, and I would have kind of left to go join him.
Hold on, is
He
he
misses
though?
his boo.
Are you invisible, sad, and sitting by a fire alone?
No, my invisibility only lasts for 6
like,
seconds.
Nobody.
If my
can see me.
invisibility
Oh,
lasted longer than that, yes, and I would have left the snow
Yeah.
on.
Just sad and alone.
Like, yeah,
Why
just
won't
sad and
anybody
alone
come
with like
play with
snow on
me?
there. So yeah, exactly.
It's
While
just
I'm,
like, hello, Embers, my old friend.
that would be fantastic. But no, I'm not like really pouting. I'm just like enjoying the fire.
Just pouting a little bit.
And don't give a shit about a brass ball.
Wow.
Because I'm Ayla.
Because I'm Ayla.
Alright. Is there anything anyone else would like to do for the night?
I open my bag of holding and I just like pull out a whole ass 2-person tent. And then I start like putting it up.
Wait, really?
Why would you sleep?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Why?
I forgot you
Why
had
would
that.
I mean, it's not fancy. It's just
We're
big.
fucking around.
Yeah.
No, that's serious.
It's Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion, and it looks like a 2-person tent.
Yeah, I like snap it like a picnic blanket, and the second it lays flat on the ground, just like a '92 Jeff Bezos space mansion, just no. But it's just a 2-person canvas tent, like 2 people can fit.
Okay.
Why would you sleep in a tent when you can see the stars at night? The air is so crisp and clear, and you can look up and see this moon.
With single moon?
No,
That
it's
you
seen
can
someone.
see. It's
Okay.
It's seeing the sun.
The
Long
sun, the
distance.
stars and
Oh wait,
Oh,
is
yes.
it daytime right now or is it night?
Oh, it's totally
No,
dead ass in the middle of
It's
the night.
making a joke that the
Oh,
moon was
okay.
dating the sun,
Oh, okay.
and it's a long distance
Um,
relationship because they never see each other.
Yes, no.
I see. I see.
Ayla, they are beautiful, no doubt, but they are so much further above the clouds that they don't protect me from the snow.
Cthulhu's like
Yeah,
wrapped
for
up in a
once.
blanket, like just sitting there.
the snow.
For once,
will
I think
keep
I
you warm.
agree with Alar.
Okay, that's the beautiful thing about being different is we don't all have to think the same.
That's true.
I
I
Enjoy
do
your
not
tent.
understand what you mean.
Keep going back to my
Can you
building.
please explain this difference thing?
Your parents gave you $10 to have a lemonade stand.
And then I go back to building the
What
tent.
is $1 and what is a lemonade?
Should have knew that was gonna happen. Shame on me for making.
That's
Out
what
of
pop.
show reference.
Yeah, pop culture references
What is-
get you.
What is $1? What is a stand? What is a lemon? What are parents?
No,
What-
I know
what
the
is to
verb
give?
stand. I know to stand. I know that.
What?
All
My
right.
tent is done.
Yeah, as I walked over to Alar by the fire, and then I would just kind of start setting up my bedroll, and then I kind of sit there and kind of pull out the clay that I collected,
Okay.
and I start kind of sculpting it, just sitting by the fire before I go to
Cool.
bed.
I'm sculpting my 2x4.
I'm sculpting this bond in
I'm
my
whittling
tent.
this 2x4.
Yeah.
How much snow is there? Out of curiosity.
It's slow. A dusting.
Well, okay, but
Dust.
a dust. Okay, so it's not like enough because if it was heavy enough, I would probably like try and put my bedroll into the snow, so that way.
In
it's
a little.
almost like a little
I mean,
shield.
you can put it
Yeah,
down
a
now,
little
and you might be
freaking
covered
penguin.
after. You wake
Well,
up and
maybe
you are
I'll
the
do
snow.
that, yeah.
So, since
am
no one's
too.
like,
I am one with the snow.
no one's like jumping on it, I'm gonna like pat the flaps of Ecclesius's tent.
Okay.
It screams. It screams a human scream.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, it's just canvas. It's not too fancy. It looks like it probably could be replaced. There's like some patches on
The
it and stuff.
the canvas feels like human skin.
And it
I
screams. A human scream.
So you tap the canvas. We'll go from there.
And I like peek,
And go back to that.
peek my head in. I know this is 2 persons and they're only one. Good. Mind if I join?
Absolutely not. Come sit.
Awesome. It's much warmer than sleeping next to Alar.
I
Or on
agree.
top of Alar because I'm cold as hell.
I wanted to have positioned the front of it relatively close to the fire,
Fire,
so that
okay.
like it can kind of waft in some heat.
Very well.
I warn him.
be careful because you can get smoke inhalation, and that will hurt you.
Yes, one.
You will not wake up.
That is very wise, inconsiderate of you, Elar.
As we're like talking with just a tent in front of us, so you can't even like.
But
I mean,
there
it's
is
literally campus.
Like I just pictured seeing Alar's face, and then just cuts over to a tent, and you just hear.
No, there is a space on the top of the tent that allows the smoke to go through.
Okay.
Also, it's probably better than blizzard inhalation because my lungs are cold. I've never had cold lungs before. Have you?
That is when your lungs work the best because they are more relaxed. and
You're a
they are
liar.
Larger.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I don't believe you either.
I don't believe myself. We're not really doctors.
You know, you're definitely not a doctor. That I do believe.
So, while this is all going on, I'm going to make my way.
Downtown.
Yeah, that one.
Walking
I'm
fast.
gonna go to kind of the edge of camp, because
Okay.
the cold's not bothering me that much. Lay down my bag there and sit on top of it. And I'm going to sit there with my eyes open and point up at the stars, sitting down, and then I'm going to use my finger to trace between the stars, kind of connecting them with dots. And as I do, I notice a slight silvery glow at my fingertip, kind of tracing the line behind it.
Okay.
That's a-
And then I'll look at my finger, kind of shake it, see that nothing's happening. And then I'm going to sit there and think for a second. And then I'm going to pull out some stuffs from my bag that I bought. Some charcoal, some incense, some herbs, just kind of a bunch of random stuff. And I'm going to try and do a summoning ritual that I had seen my mentor do before.
Okay.
What?
So, as you close your eyes and you spend the better part of an hour trying to connect with the weave and connect with the environment around you and try to cobble together these ingredients that you've collected, as you do this, after about an hour, and you murmuring under your voice as you open your eyes, and from behind a tree, a very similar dual-tailed, I believe you described, blue ethereal fox peeks its head around and starts to walk towards you.
It's cute.
As the fire behind you is emitting light, as this fox gets closer, the second it starts to touch the dim light, as if a shadow being warranted away, the fox begins to take form, as its ethereal nature fades away as it becomes material. And describe what this fox looks like.
The fox is fey in nature. It is a pretty standard like red fox look to it. Yeah, two tails, two bushy red tails. The ears have some like longer wisp of fur to the ends of it, and it's got bright green eyes.
All right.
It's so cute. I'm gonna cry.
As it walks up to you, it kind
you are
of
actually crying.
it kind of
Cry.
it burrows down a little bit in the snow as it lays down in its two tails. One wraps clockwise, the other wraps counterclockwise around it, and now it kind of looks like it's floating in its own fluff as it looks up at you.
I will sit there with the biggest fucking grin on my face, and I will reach down and start petting it.
It kind of
Alar-
it leans into it.
Alar being
Oh my God.
both Fey and from the north, would I recognize this beast in any way?
I would say
actually
because of
trying.
people because of people bunking down, and you're very preoccupied with trying to be the snow.
Sure.
Probably at this point you wouldn't have realized.
Okay, that's fine.
I am the snow.
So yeah, I'll
Oh,
just pet the fox and kind of scoot it closer to me and kind of open up my bedroll and like tuck it in along with me, and then I'll go to sleep.
All right. As you curl up with this material, former ethereal fox, or fey fox, is anybody else doing anything, or are you all bunking in for the night?
Well, if I finish my carving in my, do I finish it?
I would
Do
say over the
finish it?
past 20 days, yes, you have finished
Okay.
carving this. What does it look
Well,
like?
What did you make?
Well, well, if
Share with
anyone's-
class.
if anyone paid attention, it's gonna be the Tempest symbol from my childhood that I saw all over the town and all this, and it's gonna be carved in with this very like, I try to be as intricate as possible with goon at top. It's like wrapped up, and then it just slowly, like, it has a bunch of lines dripping down it, or carved down. It looks like it's dripping down it.
Okay.
And if I finish it, then I'm gonna throw it into the fire.
As you would all notice this, as he has been plucking at this thing for like for a month almost, and then he finishes it, goes, and throws it in the fire.
Are you close enough where I could ask you? Actually, I'm gonna.
Around the
Yeah,
fire.
I'm very into my clay model right now.
Alar would definitely notice it. Alar and Alar, Cthulhu, and June are the only ones left around the fire. But Alar, as you are, and you're just envisioning yourself being the snow, you look over and you see him do this.
You know that you will not be able to retrieve it from the fire.
I'm aware.
Okay. Because, you know, sometimes we put things into fire so that way they have a black outside and maybe they are harder, but that one is gone now.
I'm aware. I know how fire works.
Okay, I'm just making sure because some people do not know how fire works.
Yeah, it took Zio like 6 months to do it, to be honest.
It did.
Man, Rip, Sven, and Zio.
I'm gonna kind of like be like still looking at my clay model, and it's kind of coming together at this point, and I don't look up, but I go, "What did you throw in the fire, Cthulhu?"
Bad memories. And good ones, I guess.
It sounds cathartic.
You do not throw memories into the fire. I do not think I understand that.
You throw things.
Now
you
I don't
want-
understand fire.
Oh god.
Uno reversed that one.
Oh no. Ayla, you're a part of a tribe. Like
A
oh, my
clan.
voice
It
is
was a
going
clan.
weird. Okay, really honestly same difference, but
That's just
There's
Nick
many-
being annoying at this point.
That's just Nick.
there's a lot of things that sometimes you're forced to follow and you don't really want to follow it. And that's one of the things. I just have some pent up aggression towards a certain thing, so I had to throw it away. Get rid of it. Trying
Sounds like
to take it out on myself.
I think I understand.
Well,
Indeed.
this method seems like a healthy coping mechanism.
Yeah, sometimes it helps.
Do you feel better?
Oh yeah, I'm also trying to get a little bit better. Having some things into wood. I would like to, decorate the handle, commemorate a few people.
Maybe we should make the wood carvings of the Goliath and then throw it into the fire. Maybe that would help.
Yeah, that could. Could help me a lot. It's another day.
Tomorrow.
I need to find another 2x4, I guess.
Anybody got a mill?
Right.
I mean, DM, you could tell me if I'm wrong, but I would assume that what I was trying to make wouldn't have taken that long. So maybe,
What were you
like,
trying to make?
It's like a clay hand, like a little.
I mean, depends how detailed you want it to look, but
It looks like
if
a
you
hand.
just
It's
want a
not like
circle with some pudges off of it, yeah, it wouldn't take long.
not like that like, that crude, but like I don't draw like.
You know, better part of an hour or two, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I would, if I can time it right after that conversation, I'll hold it up to Alar and Cthulhu. I made this. It's like
Good job.
it's like a
Third
little
hand?
clay. It's like a little clay hand.
Is the hand doing
Why?
this, or is it like what is it doing?
No, it'll be kind of like a graspy hand. Little,
Graspy.
a little
It's graspy.
graspy.
It's a graspy hand.
It's graspy.
Does
It's
it
a great
remind me of a
graspy
certain
hand.
full bulk woman?
Oh god.
Oh no,
Oh no.
Hold that hand close.
it's not graspy.
It no longer. It just goes in.
No, it would just be kind of like a
Okay.
yeah.
It doesn't make that noise.
Yes.
I
When I hold it up,
I like-
I make it.
Actually, if you put that in the fire, maybe it will harden.
I'll put it like close to the fire, so that maybe like overnight it can kind of harden up. But I don't want to put it in the fire because then I don't know if I'll be able to get it out.
I'm just.
What's that you cut off?
Oh, sorry. I'm just intently watching my wood just burn. And yeah, I know it weird. It sounds weird.
no.
Watch my
I know
wood burn.
exactly what you're describing, and yes,
Yeah,
I understand completely.
it's good.
I do too. I made the face because there was a pun.
I know.
Very
I'm
well.
just watching it slowly, like, just disintegrate.
Okay.
I lay down and just kind of stare at my hand until I fall asleep.
So, as Cthulhu, as you stare at your cathartic experience, and then eventually lay down and drift off to sleep, Ecclesius, right before you fall into a very deep sleep, you hear a voice peer from inside your mind, and you know the voice to be Master Vaelos. As you hear, Ecclesius, let me know when you and I may speak formally. Time is important. You can reply with 25 words.
Count your blessings.
Is this a first? Is this like a?
We'll say you've probably had it happen before.
This
So
is
it's
my
rare
first.
enough to be not considered like a sup. It's more like this is an important message, and I do this very infrequently.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Message received. When and where would be convenient? Don't. That's one word.
Be convenient.
To meet you. I'm currently
Nope. I think you get one more word.
east of
I thought it was 25.
Oh, was it? Okay, I miscounted. East of.
Mirkwood Springs. Over.
You get another one. The electrum you have, place it in a circle around you and focus on the weave.
Understood. When?
You get another one? Now. And he's like, there go all my level 3 spell slots.
damn it, this level 4 bitch ass. Burn master spells. So with Uridin in the tent, I will sit up. I will sit on my knees, pull out the 6 Electrum I got back, and place them like at 12, 3, 9, and 6.
Very well.
And then 2 other spots. I have 6 pieces.
2 other spots.
And then 2 other spots. Check and pick. And basically like Qui-Gon waiting for his demise. I just sit there, eyes closed, and I start to
Spoiler alert.
picture. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
And then, yeah,
God.
close my eyes and intently focus on the weave and see if I can start to manifest an image of him or connect with his mind at all.
Very well. So as you do this, Uridin, make a perception check.
Somebody.
Your eyes.
Yeah, like
All right, you would
What
notice.
you doing?
You would notice some rustling as you see Ecclesius. At this point, as you kind of like would just like peer over, you would notice Ecclesius sitting on his knees with his hands on his thighs. Ecclesius, as you focus and try to make some sort of connection, you get a very strange and daunting sensation, as if you were miles below the sea and you were ripped up to the top all at once. As your vision opens, as you see around you the 6 Electrum in a blackened ethereal space around you, and your body itself glows blue as well as the Electrum around you, as you see in front of you about maybe 30 little blue pings of other Electrum, maybe about 20 feet ahead of you, as you see another blue figure in a robe with the hood up, sitting on a, looks to be like a small plinth, as sitting crisscross, you see what you would assume to be Master Vael, as he uncrosses his legs and puts his feet on the ground. Hello, Ecclesius.
Master.
I trust your travels have been profitable.
Yes, I've procured the Eye of Burser.
Very well. And any progress on obtaining the ring?
No leads on that yet.
Where are you now?
I'm about an Inyad east of Meadow Springs. We had a run-in with one of the Bureau, and he was talking to someone that bore our symbol.
This is a daunting allegation, you know this.
I allege nothing. I merely reported on what I saw.
I will look into that matter. This bureau member you speak of, what was your entanglement?
The group that was set up as contact needed information, and the contact that helped us get the Eye of Burser was to be killed. I thought it honorable for the Esoteric Assembly to help this group as they helped us.
You were wise in your choice and in your thought process, but that is a very daunting choice you've made. Either way, the group you travel with, I take it they have been helpful?
Indeed.
And is there going to be any partition between you and them anytime soon?
That remains to be seen. I need to find out more information on this ring. And they have stumbled upon a rare item
Please, speak of this item.
I think I've saw it in one of our shops before. This one looks different. It's an orb, bronze, with runes I don't understand.
I believe I've seen them before. Gibberish written on them in arcane runes.
Indeed.
Could be important or could be nothing. Hard to tell without seeing it myself. Can you bring that item to me at a future date?
I believe that can be arranged.
Very well. If need be procured through monetary compensation, put it on the assembly.
As you wish, Master. Can you offer me any guidance going further?
You say you have no lead as where the ring might be.
I would have to check my notes.
I don't remember offhand how much information I have about that, so I'm.
Brick,
I'm being
just
coy.
because it's last week. Brick said that you would probably be able to find where to use the Eye of Burser, the key you have, to find the ring at this temple that you were searching for.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I did forget that. So I will. Yeah.
All I know is that the key, the Eye to Burser, will help me locate the ring as soon as we find this temple. And I believe inside of this temple we can use the key to find this ring.
Temple. A temple to whom?
The Temple to Burser.
Well, as guidance, I would say from my findings and my studies that anyone following Burser was a fanatic, more like a cult than a religion. So be wary and be on your toes.
I will, Master. I appreciate your patience with my ignorance, and I will take your guidance to heart.
See to it that you do not fail in this task, but I have matters to take care of. Keep me posted. I'll check in soon.
As you wish, Master.
As you start to see the glint from behind him as they start to go out as if candles being doused, as he goes, "Good luck, Ecclesius," and as the last one goes out, his vision, as again, like you were being ripped out of the water, as if you're being pushed back through it, as your, for lack of a better term, as your soul re-enters your body, and you kind of almost instinctively gasp for air as this sensation is very abrupt and very shocking.
Yeah. He always has to get the last word.
Can you do that whole thing over again from Erden's perspective?
I just like how he's so good. Ah! Sorry, that got me. What you would see, you see him sit there, motionless, for a long time. If you try to call him,
audibly speak, he's pure in trance.
As probably about a half an hour goes by, as he
I would like, since he would be facing away from me is how I'm imagining it, so I would just ask him, everything okay over there?
Oh, yes, you gave me a fright. This is a sensation I haven't felt in a long time, but my master Vael contacted me.
Is everything good?
Yes, it's a progress report of sorts.
I understand. Okay.
In-
Sorry for intruding if I could have left.
Not at all. I work better in the crowd. Tomorrow morning, don't forget to let me bring up what he told me to the rest of the group.
Okay.
I'll tell you also in the morning.
Well, great. Now I'm not going to be able to sleep.
And I just like pass out, basically, just like.
don't even collect the electrum, just
No, for real. I can't sleep now. I want to know. Are you snoring?
Just the cutest kitty snores. I can't do fur noises.
Alrighty. So, as all of you
Those are
get
pretty good.
as all of you get a very peaceful but very cold sleep, I would assume Alar would be the one to restoke a fire during the night. But
Yeah.
either way,
Can
go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask if it so I don't wanna not get the advantages of a full rest of sleep, but also I imagine Alar as being someone that would like sleep for 2 hours, then wake up for 15 minutes, then sleep for 2 hours, then wake
Yeah,
up for
no one
15
said they were
minutes.
taking a watch, so I'm not gonna penalize you
Okay.
for waking up and then.
No, that's not even like necessarily like for taking a watch or anything. That's just Alar's sleep habits, where he's not always able to like just sleep
Oh,
for 8
sure.
hours.
Yeah, no, I won't.
Yeah.
I won't penalize you for that. If you do that and take an hour or 2 hour long watch, then maybe. But
Right. I get you. No, it's literally just like
yeah, no, that's fine.
he's always usually alert, so he wakes up very easily and doesn't usually get the full.
He doesn't sleep well.
There's probably about,
Exactly.
as you all wake up, there's probably about 2 or 3 inches of snow on the ground. I almost said Nif. Zio, as you wake up and your little friendly fox is still there.
But you're buried in snow. It's
I
nobody
don't
else
care.
in
I was
town.
warm cuddling with my fox all night.
And you're dead.
I have a
You're dead.
question, Zio.
Well, he's not back in the camp. Remember, he's off some ways.
Oh,
So.
sorry. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I think it's just me and Cthulhu by you.
And you would all be awake at this point.
I would, get up. I'm assuming my little fox friend would climb out of my bag, and I'm just gonna kind of watch him for a minute.
Just kind of sits there
It's
and
not going anywhere.
looks
yeah.
around, kind of like as if it's cleaning itself in some way, burrows into the snow, and then shakes it off and looks
Stop
back up at
it.
you.
Stop.
I'm gonna
Oh
pet his head,
Okay,
rustle his ears a
yes.
little bit, and then I'm gonna bend down and shake off my sleeping bag of all the snow and all that, roll it back up, and then walk over to the camp.
Okay, your little fox friend in tow.
Yep.
All right. So as you all see, Ecclesius and Erd, unless you would wish to stay, I would assume you would have left the tent at this point. And you see as you guys are packing up and making some sort of small breakfast, you see Zio approach with a little bouncy footed fox with 2 tails coming up behind him.
Alar is I would have collected snow, put it into the iron pot that I had, and that would be like heating it up, so that way we have warm water, and then it would like turn and be like, Zio, watch out!
What?
I'm like
There is-
grabbing my my little hand and I look.
Oh, it's. How are you the one that says you prevented me from friending wolves, and now you are friends with a fox? How is this possible?
Yeah, see, I was like meditating a while ago, like a few weeks ago. It kind of popped into my vision, and then it happened again, and like again, and then again last night, but I tried something a little bit different, and yeah, he just kind of came out of like an ethereal form and just kind of manifested in front of me, and now he's my little buddy.
This is deep. As Verbal, this is a very important thing to happen. This is something, as long as it seems to be a friendly fox, to be celebrated.
Yeah, I agree. He like kept me warm all night. It was nice and warm. We snuggled,
I put
Oh wow,
my,
great. That's cool.
That's cool.
You were
I
fucking
put
warm. I was fucking cold all night.
I put
Well,
At
the
my,
one
second
point,
weather
I-
doesn't bother me too much.
yeah,
I
put
roll
my hand in
over.
my
I
pouch.
tried to take Ecclesius' tail, but it moved away and slapped me in face. I don't understand. Also, I went Russian and I didn't mean to.
It's good. Keep it.
Dude,
That's good.
Russian
The cold
underused
makes
accent.
Uridan Russian.
Underused accent, so just go for it.
Yeah, I
From
put
all-
my
from
my
all the
hand in my
Falbian.
pouch, and I kind of walk up to the little fox, and I bend down, and I look up at Zio, and I go, well, whatever you tried seemed to work. And then I kind of put my hand out for him to like sniff me.
It kind of looks up at Zio, and then like
Go ahead.
and it kills you.
I
Just,
give it,
just
a
like
little
its
scratch.
like its mouth to its butt is just opens up like a mouth and
Good.
um
Good. I
No.
give it a little
Goodbye,
scratch,
June.
kind of under the chin, and I go, Zio's been looking for you.
I have.
Does your buddy have a name?
I will translate.
Because I can translate. And I use my speech of beast and leaf to talk to the animal.
And say Zio has been looking for you, is what she said.
it's not a
That's
real animal.
Zio.
It's not a real animal.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Can I, then I also would try and say it in Sylvan. And that's going to be the extent of what I'm going to try.
It starts speaking. Well, you know, now that you speak Sylvan, you don't say.
I feel like when Ecclesius like sees it, he's like taking the last bit of the tent, and he looks over, and then it just like cuts to like the fox's face, and then cuts back to Ecclesius, then back to the fox a little closer, and then back to Ecclesius, then back to the fox's two tails, and then back to my one, and then I just go, and I walk over.
Zio, did you is this what you were talking about?
And I'll
Yeah.
mention that to the fox.
So you were able to focus on that, and you did it.
I did.
And I look down at the fox and kind of squint,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
and I go back to do the tent.
I
Bye.
kind of mutter under my breath,
Ha! You thought you were cool with one tail. Well, now we have an animal with two.
He starts spinning them together and
Thunderclap.
flies.
Uridan, to answer your question, no, he doesn't have a name yet. I didn't think that far. I was a bit tired last night.
Sam too.
No.
I
No.
actually
Name it
that,
Duo.
that raises another question. So we have
What's
to
that?
name your companion, and we should call ourselves something now too. We've been
thought
a
that was
group for a
settled.
while. No, it hasn't been.
We're definitely
What did
not-
we
Why?
What did we settle on?
It's not Zio's
Zio's
army. I
army.
promise you that.
Oh,
It is not that.
I think I kind of like look up at Zio. I think that should be like the secret one, like
Nope.
a code name. We
No,
need a code
I
name.
mean,
Or
If
maybe
I
you
join
guys can
the
come up
army-
with a code name and
if I join
don't
the army,
care what you call us. Names are pointless.
yeah, we get it. You're from the north. God damn it. But
I did not say the north. I did not say the north. That
I look
time.
at
I do not
Uridan.
understand.
Yeah, I look at Uridan. I was like, I think that's just a verbal thing. But
my bad.
Everybody from the
But
north.
Zio is from the north,
Fuck
and he is the
names.
one talking about his name, Vunra, whatever the hell that means.
It means a lot. It could get us free wine, man.
Free
yeah, can your
wine
name
is-
do that,
that's-
Alar? Then thank
Yeah.
you.
All your name gets us is yellow snow.
Damn.
But-
Rip Sven, Rip Zio, and now Rip Alar.
I'm roasted, motherfuckers.
I
But
thought it
no,
was dangerous to work with fire, but
we should honestly consider really calling ourselves something if we want to, kind of take on the task of even, I don't know, contracting ourselves secretly to the Bureau, or maybe even just when we get into town, we could say we are the ones that are here to save you.
I like that name.
Wait,
The
Let's go
ones.
with that.
I like it.
Even if
that
we
just
it
need
is
to
not
make
that
some
easy.
First thing everyone hears. That's it. Audible snap, even though no one does.
Who did that?
No,
No,
I
but-
think that's a good name, but have already proposed my own idea, but I guess that's not good enough for the army.
I agree. It's not.
I agreed as well, because armies pay. I haven't gotten paid yet.
It is true.
Actually,
My pay wage is a.
speaking of, I think Officer June over here is in charge of paying people.
Okay, where does she get the wealth from?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm in
From
charge of
your
paying
deeds?
people, but I
Hold on.
have just been carrying them, some of them that were acquired.
No, it's okay. Just it's probably best for one person to hold on to it and divvy it up as needed, when needed.
I don't mind.
But
Reminds me of working at the counter in the inn.
huh. Does that bring back good memories?
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Do we have any logs left around us or no? 'Cause it did
we
knock down the whole tree.
I mean, there's a tree. There's trees you can go cut down.
There's trees you
Okay.
can chop.
Well, I'll go cut a tree real quick.
Choose a small tree, or do you go chop down a giant tree for a 2x4?
Yeah. Let's get the thunderous smite. Let's do it 2.0.
Oh, you are getting a big tree.
There is no way in hell we already used. Sorry, never mind. I thought he was getting it for wood. No.
As you smash as a again, the metal rickety door tree.
You broke its hinge.
And then you can chop out a crude 2x4.
Yep.
Is it 8 feet long?
No, it's fuck off.
That's a
It's gonna be
2x4. What?
It's gonna be like
It's
4 foot.
2x4x4.
it's 7 foot 9 inches. Because
And I'm
It's
actually-
also not 2x4, so.
Does
Well,
he?
I'm also gonna get like a. I'm gonna like get the leather straps and like pin it to it so I can like carry it on my back. Trying to
Okay.
think of.
Sure,
There you go.
you'd have to strap it like a long backpack, and it's just gonna be out to the side.
Yep.
All right.
I am
That's
walking around with a cross on my back.
very well. Good luck with doors.
I will go sideways.
Alrighty. Anyone else want to do anything?
I'm just packing up, and then after I finally wrap up all like the tent stuff, I just put the end of it in the bag holder and just let it go and
Yeah, just as I'm kind of like rolling up my bedroll, I'll kind of take a second, and I'm assuming that there's probably like a area with no snow where like the dirt is exposed.
Yeah.
I kind of like sit on the dirt for a second, and I don't take it out, but I just like hold my component pouch where I put the hand, and I just kind of start like drawing in the dirt with my finger. I'm just like practicing things from memory, or like, you know, that I read in my book.
Okay. Very well. So, after you all take your morning rituals and you start to head off to this valley that Brick told you about, as you all go around and the hill that you are on as it crests and then the valley continues lower, so you are at a very high point in relation to the valley. As the light begins to rise and it starts to beat on the opposite side of the mountain range, you anticipate this to start taking some time before the light actually peers into the valley. But as you all look closer, you notice a small beam of light that is trailing through the mountain range and into the valley. As it moves farther and farther through it, or through the valley, it seems to take an abrupt halt, as you all notice a small glint from a small speck in the center of this valley. You all look around and you kind of gauge it no more than a couple hours away. What would you like to do?
I've been kind of following Ecclesius.
Yeah, I would be letting Ecclesius lead.
I'll
I'm probably-
look behind me and realizing like
Well, I guess I am leading.
and I pull out my journal and Does this like it's like there's no other, I don't see any other like settlements or anything around it. It just seems to be like one particular like lonely structure.
No, it is a very beautiful valley. As you see, like even the light snowfall, it just looks like a blanket of white going out. As you see, still some rivers and in the distance some waterfalls and tree ranges in it.
Did we saw something down in the village? Or we just
There's
saw
not
the
a village. You just saw this beam of light
valley.
that was cursing through the valley as it seemed to stop and kind of lock onto an area as you all see like a glint or a sparkle coming from where the light stopped.
Did anyone else see that?
Did
Yes.
we also?
Yeah, I think we should. I think that's what Brick
You think
was
that might be
talking
it?
about.
Well, onward then. Do you, this land look like where you are from, Alar? Is there any dangers we should be aware of?
Well, polar bears, winter wolves, yetis, although I've never met one, tree ants if you piss them off. Nothing really.
That's about it.
3 hours later, and that's it.
Well, I suppose we should keep moving forward. Although I forgot to say this morning, but I had...
And I'll stop because I forgot to tell everybody about it. But I'll just mention.
I commune with my Master
What's the guy?
Veil. Yeah, I commune with my Master Veil. He gave me guidance as to what we should be expecting. And there is a chance we might, if this is the Temple of Burser, run into fanatics of sort.
Dangerous fanatics?
You said that there will be a chance for danger. Not necessarily physical danger. So, we shouldn't insist on using might to solve problems. Unless we need to. This is only my opinion, though. If they draw on us, I will defend you and myself, of course.
Well, hopefully they're kind of open to other religions, because I kind of can't get rid of this symbol on my neck nor on my shield. Let's just say that.
I know very little of them, but we can stay our braids and weapons if we meet them. Just let's keep an open mind about this. I don't want to any more bloodshed.
Yes. Am I going to make them fearful, or should I make myself appear more like one of you all?
I really don't know this group. I just know that my master bestowed the information that they are fanatics, and danger is possible.
I will stay the same for now.
And I'll continue to trudge along. And
Are any of you good at navigating through the woods? Because we all saw the light, but I don't want us to get lost in the fort.
Uridan is, I think.
Yeah, I can guide us.
Alright.
I am literally from the woods.
I am the woods.
Oh, then both of you can work together.
You adopted the woods. I was born in the woods.
Then the born in the woods
sorry.
and the adopted woods can
Yeah,
work
no,
together.
it's fine. It's fine. I'm
Just 'cause I was
saying that
adopted.
jokingly. I'm totally fine with Uridan.
Wait, if he adopted the
With
woods
his
and you were
honor.
born in the woods, doesn't that mean he adopted your parents?
Yep.
Elar, I am your father.
Grandfather.
Grand Treant. Alrighty,
I'm
so
your dad
Grandchildren.
tree.
so as Alar and Uridan commune and track your way to whatever this glint might be, that is where we're going to take a break for right now, and we will pick up at the location. Before we take a break, we're going to take about a 15-minute break. Thank you to everybody that's been here. Anybody that's new, make sure you hit the follow button so you know when we're going live. As well as, even though they left, thank you, Potatoes, for the win, for the follow,
Potatoes.
as well as V12mm, which I'm just going to say is 12 millimeter.
Potatoes.
V12 millimeter. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for hanging out. But make sure as well, while we go on the break, you follow our social medias down below and join the community Discord so you can talk with us in between the breaks as well as in between sessions. But we will be back.
Come play games.
Yeah, and come play games with all
Come
of
play
us.
games.
But we will be back in about 15 minutes, so enjoy the music that Ecclesius has actually created. And we will be back. Stay tuned.
What if Santa wasn't as big as everybody thought he was? Like, what if he actually was like a sprite? It would make more sense. Like, dude,
Yeah.
That would make
What if
so
he was
much
just a
sense.
slightly larger elf?
Or he was
Like,
just
he's just one of the rest
He's
of
a
them.
fat
He just
elf.
took
He's
charge.
the
yeah,
superior
he's
elf.
just 5'10".
This will
He's
just
just
sit
that
on
much
everyone.
taller.
You said not as big, and I instantly went, "Oh, CrossFit Santa."
But here's an idea for you, hero. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Barbarian.
Oh.
Dasher and Dancer and Prancer.
Why wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be?
You know, I had a Rudolph character named Rudolph before, and one, he was banished. He was hated on by everyone in the group, including
It's 'cause you named him
yours
Rudolph.
truly, the DM.
It's because you named him Rudolph.
So you're saying it wasn't included
In my
in
first
any...
in my first campaign,
Damn it,
when I was a
Henry.
bad
Damn
DM, when I was a bad DM, you're like, I'm gonna take your really serious campaign you're trying to do, and I'm gonna name my first character Rudolph.
Also though, you should definitely like include like someone saying, "I'm gonna slay you," or
Jingle Bell rocked.
yeah, Jingle Bell Rock.
Like, ho ho
Or-
ho.
What about chill
That's
out?
like-
Here's a
There's
level
nothing.
two.
Wait, hold
wait,
on.
sorry.
There's nothing else to add to that, Jay. Just ho ho ho.
No.
I was expecting like a ho 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 this, and you hit him with an axe. No, it's just ho ho ho.
Ho ho
Yep,
hold action.
Just a ho ho ho.
Ho ho hold my axe.
It's an
This can
insult.
go on for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna stop there. Thank you,
We just
Tatiana, for the
fade to
subscription. Why did it not allow ho ho?
Because it's a swear word. This is a Christian channel.
That's what I was saying. Is use it as an
horrible.
insult.
Well, yeah, the
Yeah,
new
quit being a
TOS.
hoe.
But
Definitely. The new TOS, let's watch out.
on that note,
Oh,
Oh
horrible.
shit!
we are going to continue.
Yeah.
I forgot
So-
my Doritos.
Go get them. You're good. I'm just gonna describe you all dying. Doritos are more important. So, as you all travel closer and into the valley, it's very peaceful as an odd moment of the sun not peering over the mountains yet, but that beam of lights peeking through some sort of crack in the range as it is bouncing off of something in the center of the valley. With
You
Urid...
know-
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
With Uridin and Alar leading you, you start to see a fairly large dark gray stone building emerge as you are probably about 200 feet away.
I just want to make this very clear. Zio is in the back of the line, kind of pouncing around in the snow with his pet fox. Not
You-
really paying attention to much.
The fox isn't pouncing; it's just watching you as you like. No, I'm kidding. It's pouncing around with you.
Yeah.
I have my sword away, my long sword in a sheath, but I do have my shield out.
I have my shield out as well, but I naturally have that out.
Okay.
For once, my shield's on my back.
You begin to notice in Ecclesius you'd pick this up because you're also kind of leading the way. You see most of the windows are smashed out, and you see a couple of cloths that were hanging on the front that are kind of blowing in the breeze of like a dark blue. Those are tattered as well.
How far away is this?
150 feet at this point.
So you said these were banners?
There's like, they probably were at one point. They're pretty faded, but the original color holds true. They're just a dark blue.
Okay. I will. Did you say you unsheathed your weapon, Alar?
No, it's put away. I have my shield out, but I don't have
your
any
shield
weapons
out.
I have like my long sword kind of in position where I can reach it. I have my javelin in position where I can reach it. My hand axes are always at my side. But like I'm only have my shield out because I'm kind of, as a defensive posture.
But yeah, I will. Do I see that? Is there any sort of like Does it look like there's like a steps leading up to any particular part of importance? Does it look like it should be like more of an obscured?
So as you get closer, it does actually look like your stereotypical English chapel, as there are steps leading up to wooden double doors, and there is a spire on the right side of it from where you are standing. There was a window, or like a glass window up top that has been smashed or broken at some point.
Is there any religious symbols?
Make a perception check. Anybody that would like to look for that, make a perception check.
Can somebody aid, please? Perception. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'll aid Cthulhu since I'm also gonna like pull out like the Eye of Burser and see if there's any like symbols on it, and then look up at the thing.
Okay.
You said perception, right?
15 in
Yes.
total.
15. Okay.
16 minus.
I believe 18 is my perception. Let me double check. Yes, 18. Oh, sorry, 19. 19. I rolled a 16 out of 15. 19 total.
Is the party at a standstill right now?
I would assume you guys are kind of walking up.
Okay.
Once we get at like 30 feet of it, I would like to cast a spell.
Okay. As you guys are walking up, you notice adorned on different parts, like two right next to the door on either side, would be a side profile view of what appears to be some sort of like lizard head or dragon head, something like that.
Would I know this symbol?
Make a religion check.
Fisher. That's not bad. 20.
Unfortunately, you don't.
Fuck. Oh, okay. Whatever.
We can continue forward. We just need to remain on guard.
Wait, what's going on?
I just want to point out that when you said on guard, it sounded like the fencing thing. Like that's like with your accent, it's like on guard.
Well, that's what it means, on guard. That's what they say. That.
He said it.
That's why they said that.
That's the definition.
As Zio, wait, what's going on? The fox keeps just bouncing, and then like looks at you, and you stop, and it like, it's having fun.
I'll reach down, pet its head, and then I'll like tap on my shoulder and lean down towards it and say, "Up here."
Okay, and it hops on your arm and rolls up, just runs up and perches on your arm. Or kind of like the front part of it is hanging over, and then the back part's kind of like wrapped up around your back a little bit, and it's resting on your shield.
Perhaps we
make
be
me cry
quiet.
I agree.
to kind of take the stealth route here. If you want, I could go scout ahead.
That is fine with me. You're
Let's-
comfortable doing it.
Let's get a little bit closer. I can give us a little bit more information if we get closer.
Okay, yeah, let's get some more information, and then if we still find nothing, I will go up ahead and see what I can find.
All right. So as you get about 30 feet from it,
Divine scent.
all right.
Anything undead, good, evil, affixed, held by any fiends, anything. 60 feet in front of me.
You do not get any sense of any undead, evil fiends. Nothing comes back.
Okay. Nothing good, evil. Got it. I can't detect anything good or evil or undead or anything from there, so proceed with caution as you can go ahead.
I'll equip my shield at this point.
Okay.
give
Fox kind of
me,
slips a little bit, but then like perches on your bag a little bit too.
Good boy.
Give me a little bit, give me like 5 minutes. I'll be right back. If I don't come back, then you come to me.
You mean like this?
Yeah, stay but come. You know,
Okay.
stay but come here. Hold but hurry. I'll be right back.
Hurry
And I
up
will
and
stealth
stop.
ahead.
Hurry up and stop.
Yeah.
All right, make a stealth check.
That is a 17.
All right.
Whoop,
So
whoop.
as you progress forward, what would you like to do?
I just want to see if there's any more notable things that like would grab my attention, or if I see any peoples, or
There
Yeah,
are
so it's
some windows you could go and peek in if you like.
yeah, I'll be Tom, and I'll peep.
All right. All right,
Be
peep.
Tom.
So as you go to the
From my
right
place?
side past the spire, and you find a window, a couple of them are boarded up. There's one that has a big enough crack in the boarding. As you peer through it, as a strong breeze comes through, and you hear it whistling through the boards on the windows. As you look in, and it's dark, very little light peering in, as you see a on your far right from where you'd be at the far wall, there is a looks like a podium of some sort. As you see different benches and what would be like pews knocked aside and tipped over. You see different books spun about.
Would I get a sense that was at some point a church, or still currently is a church?
I don't know. Do you get that sense?
Yep.
Then I guess you get that sense.
Is there any iconography like blatantly around?
Make a perception check. Do I feel scared? I don't know. Do you feel scared? No. Then no, you don't feel scared.
Thank you, GM. I feel so much better.
You're welcome.
This is what they call therapy.
Ooh.
Got it.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, nice. You notice on that same far wall behind the plinth or the podium or the lectern, excuse me. You see a large eye, and then it looks to be clasped in some sort of reptilian hand.
Ooh.
That does not sound familiar to me, does it?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so.
The eye
Because-
looks similar to what Ecclesius has.
But the rest of it doesn't.
The claw, no, that does not seem familiar.
I'll go to like the opposite side of that building and see if what else I can see. If there's like another window or something,
Okay.
I'll peek into
As
that.
you do the same thing, similar description, no new information, other than you would see a door on what would be your far right in front of you that probably leads to the top of the spire.
And does it look recently traveled, or has it been like kind of desolate for a little while?
Looks to be pretty desolate. The snow on the outside, there's no tracks going in or out, other than yours now.
Okay.
It
I'll
has
take
stopped
my
snowing.
information-
I don't know if I described that, but it has stopped snowing, by the way.
Okay. I take my information and I head back to the group.
All right. So at 4 minutes and 45 seconds, before you guys hurry up and stop, he returns.
So I got a sense that excuse you, there was a chapel up there.
Ooh.
There was a.
Drink too much milk.
Drink too much milk.
And I described that holy symbol. They're like a reptilian hand with the eye. The eye of it reminded me of what you hold, Ecclesius. But
this.
yeah, but just the eye itself, the hand I have never seen before.
Oh, there's more to the photo, or the image.
Oh, the picture is bigger than what we thought.
Well, Brick did say this was just a key. So, did you see anybody in there?
No, it looked very untraveled. Only my tracks lead up there.
Well, if you don't mind, I will lead the way and go inside.
Yeah, we could go up there.
Yeah.
Just unguarded.
I
Yeah.
take off my 2x4 and put it in the ground. Just like slump it
We
into the
could-
ground.
Okay.
We could name ourselves On Guards.
Aylar, be
Uh,
quiet.
But
I start
we
walking.
don't really.
I just
Well,
wanna
we're
hit-
still workshopping that.
So yeah, I want to go up to the door.
It's a work in progress.
We can't do that again.
All right.
Oh.
So does everybody
Never
follow?
mind.
Does everybody
Yeah,
follow
maybe.
Ecclesius up?
Yep.
As you head up to the door, seems to have two large clasp door handles. Looks like it swings in.
I do want to open it up slowly and just go.
Hello, is there anybody in there? Just know that you can hear me. Is
You
there
sense a bunch
anyone-
of people. Yeah, that's why I was laughing. You get a sense that everyone's nodding inside. No, as you go up to the door and you kind of open it, it has some resistance. As you push it just a little bit, you can tell that there's some furniture on the other side of it. Not like it was barricaded, but just kind of in the way as you kind of push them out. You do not hear any reply to your calls.
Does it feel like two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl?
Feels like my hands have turned into balloons.
Hi.
But I will slowly.
Smite.
Yeah, I'll thunderclap the door.
Divine wrath.
I gotta stop being sarcastic with that because Fern's gonna be like, "No, you do." And
One
the
day.
wedding was canceled. But I want to try to see if I can push it open. I'm not too worried about making noises. I'm not
Okay.
thinking we're like sneaking in to assassinate stuff. So I will try to make enough room for us to sneak in.
There is no one in here so far, but again, be on guard.
How far
No.
back does it go? Like
50 feet-ish. As you push it open without much trouble, and you guys, are you all progressing? Yes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Alrighty.
Yep.
So what it was hard for Erdin to see before is all the enemies in there. No.
Fuck.
How many
times
are
are
in here?
in
I
Oh.
was scared. I was like, well, fuck.
in the center, you see a. You see at the bottom would be like the base of like a pillar, but it's busted off, and laying to the side is what looks to be just a small like pillar actually. Be standing only about 4 feet tall. It's kind of crumbled to the side, and then the pews are also thrown astray. Doesn't look like there was a sign of a struggle or something like that, but this area does seem like it's been abandoned for quite some time.
I think that we should spread out, but stay within the sight of each other. I need to find where this might come in handy.
Kind of start looking like at the back of it and kind of want to see where I might be able to put this thing.
Okay. As you look around the room, make an investigation check.
I'm gonna help him looking for it.
Okay.
I'm
I mean,
gonna
I'm
help him
assuming
help him.
everyone is. So why
Yeah.
doesn't everybody make an investigation check?
Okay.
Oh, that's bad. Investigation +0, so it's a 7.
Each
Okay.
guys I see.
Do you want
Don't
to just shout our numbers out?
Yeah.
I got a 17.
Okay.
22.
7.
Nice. 7. Okay.
I find whatever Cthulhu finds because I rolled the same as that.
Okay.
Hey,
Erden?
3 7s. Let's do it.
Erden?
I'm just staring at the religious symbol, so I didn't
Okay.
roll.
June and Ecclesius. You would both notice, you don't see anywhere that key could fit in. As you're kind of walking behind the podium and you are looking at this religious symbol, you do see, June has to kind of point out just a little bit, but you confirm that you see it as well, Ecclesius. There's a small crack that would be about, the size of a doorway, cut into the stone, probably about 4 feet wide by 8 feet high. You see it's very faint and hard to perceive, but you guys managed to find it.
You see that, June?
Yeah, I pointed it out to you.
Oh yes, I realize we are both pointing at the same thing and not looking at each other.
No, look at this. I want to kind of like walk up to it and kind of start kind of pushing and feeling around that area on the wall.
Okay. As you do, does not seem to be any sort of a button.
I want to see where it might lead while she's doing that.
It's just a square, so from the ground up around like a doorway.
Oh.
And then I just want to do an Arcana check on it as well.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll an Arcana check.
While June's Arcana-ing, I'm just going to bring the key up to the door and kind of like, almost like you're wafting something to see if anything activates with the proximity.
Okay. Everybody but June and Ecclesius, because they're doing that. Uridan, I don't know if you're continuing to look at the symbol, but if you are, then everybody else but you, perception check.
No, I'd break from it, and I would.
Okay. Then
Trying to
perception
do-
check from everybody but Ecclesius and June.
17. 10 better than my last one. Can I also cast Divine Sense? Because now I'm getting scared.
Cast
Divine
what?
Scent.
Divine Sense.
You'll
Sure.
sniff 'em out.
Go ahead. How many times can you do that a day?
3.
Okay.
Just making sure.
I
Dirty
rolled
20.
a 15.
Okay. All right. Everybody but Zio, Alar and Cthulhu, you would notice in 2 of the corners next to. You notice in all 4 corners, you see a small chain. Well, actually not a small chain, a pretty large chain. The links are probably about yay-ish each. And then at the end, there's a loop, and you see that in all 4 corners, 1 in each corner.
Does it look like something was locked, like a beast or something was locked in this church-ish thing?
Doesn't seem like it's not a manacle at the end. It's just a chain and then like a circle at the end.
And so they're hanging down from the ceiling? Is
They're
what you're
actually
describing?
laying on the ground. They're coming out of like where the
Gotcha.
walls meet and then the floor meet in that bottom corner.
Yeah.
Right.
June, what was your Arcana check?
That was a 23.
Doesn't seem to be anything
God
arcane
damn
about it.
I would walk
gonna go-
up
I know
to
for
one of
sure.
the chains
I am as
and
well.
just
Another
pull
one.
on it.
I was gonna do the exact same thing except opposite sides.
Okay. Which one are you pulling, Alar?
I'm
If you're
pulling those-
looking at the religious symbol, Alar, which one are you pulling?
I'll just go to the one to the right.
Okay, and Cthulhu. All right, both of you make a strength check.
That's not horrible. +4, 18.
Okay.
We cannot.
Oh, there we go. I was pressing the wrong button. For push to talk. Straight strength check? Or...
Yes, strength check.
Okay, then 21.
All right, both of you, as you start pulling Ecclesius and June, as you're looking at it, you hear as they start pulling these chains back, as the door starts to lift ever so slightly. As you both get it, you get it high enough where maybe a halfling could fit through.
We need to find the halfling.
Or we could just see if Alar can come over here and hold it up. Or are you holding
There-
the?
We're holding the
chain?
chains.
There's
Okay, I
4
didn't-
chains, correct?
There are 4 of the chains that I described, yes. One in
Yeah,
each corner.
So then I would say
There are 2 more chains on the opposite corners. someone should pull.
You're still holding these, by the way. It's very heavy.
Yeah,
I
and
pick
I'm
up
saying,
what
so, like-
what Erden's putting down, or I mean Alar's putting down, and I run over to one and I start to, or attempt, really attempt to pull this up.
Strength check.
Does it feel like if I pull a little bit harder, it will go up higher? Or is it like
You
the
are
slot
back to
down?
back with Alar in the center of the room at this point, right by where that plinth was, or the pillar thing that I described.
I'll kind of, if I hear
You
Ayla
know,
say that,
okay.
yeah.
All right, I'll go.
All right, Erden, what was your?
A really sick 12.
All right, as you get it up and you get like 2 links back, but it's too hard and you're not able to pull it.
Here.
You get it up, but it's too hard and you're not able to pull it.
I hate when this happens. I swear, it doesn't. It's not all the time.
Okay, so
Fart a little.
Is it a strength check?
Yes.
channel divinity. I'm gonna channel my inner athlete here.
Do you need your hands to do this?
Channel divinity. It just says bonus action.
Is that
I wonder.
VSM?
Yeah,
Channel
it doesn't-
Divinity is not a spell. It's one of his class abilities.
I know
Yeah,
it
it's my
is,
ability.
but I'm just wondering because if you take your hands off it, obviously that changes things. So I just want to read it really quick.
Merciless athlete. And I can carry, push, drag double the amount of whatever I have. And I was gonna see if I could grab both chains and like pull them together and make Alar go grab the other chain.
Dang. You doing
You can try. Make a strength check.
I see what he's trying
And
to do.
before you
I'll-
do that, Zio, what was your strength check?
8.
You aren't even able. You go and oh wow, like like you were getting a running start and got pulled back. It is too heavy for you
That
to.
magic's really helping you out right now, Zio, isn't it?
17, and I get to carry again. I get to pull, drag, double man.
Okay. As you're holding these, which arm do you let go? They are too heavy for you to hold both.
Damn.
Well,
Left or right,
is-
split
am
decision.
It's gonna
Hang
be.
on. Am I handing him one of mine?
Yes.
Because I never said I was actually. I would probably still hold on to it while he's trying to hold it and see if.
Okay.
He can.
Then you
Before
let
I
go
let
of
go.
Alar's, and you cannot hold both of them.
Is there anything that like, so there's probably like zero slack to these things. They're really like taut.
Yes.
I pull out. No, that wouldn't make sense. Well, actually, is there any like an upper level at all?
There's not, other than the like pillar that you could go up, like the tower.
Is it like accessible like stairs, or is it like something I would have to climb?
It's stairs. You'd have to go up.
No, that wouldn't work. I was gonna try to figure out a way if I could like acrobatics up and then use my body weight, like tie a rope and then use my body weight to pull it up, but I don't think that's the way.
Oh.
Can I use adjust density on Cthulhu if I see him going to try to hold on to 2 chains?
He's already let go. I mean,
Oh, okay.
I mean, I have 10 minutes of super athlete, so let's.
you can try it again if you'd like.
Can I lay down and try to like roll under to see if there's like a switch or something on the other side to like?
When you lay
like,
down, as you try to like kind of get, it is a tight fit for you right now to get through there. But as
smaller
you
than
look,
him.
because you can kind of
Half-
like peek a little bit, there doesn't seem to be a switch now, or any sort of lever.
Do it, Jack.
Yeah, I'm smaller. Do I think that if I
Same
see
thing.
Ecclesius do that I can crawl under?
Mm-mm. All of you are gonna be too big.
Guys, I can send my little buddy in there. And...
Try to pull the chain again.
Oh, okay, I'll,
Please.
I'll try to pull on this chain again. then.
Yeah, I'll try on my chain again.
I'll give
It's another strength check.
Uridan advantage.
Does it? Are you giving an advantage to a strength check, or is it just making him heavier?
So while I'm doubling his weight,
Okay.
while doubled, the creature's speed is reduced by 10 feet, but he has advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Perfect. All right, Uridan.
And when I
As you feel like a
oh,
lard.
I use my donk.
when
Back
I
that
do
ass up.
my check again, are you
Yes.
making me do a check again, right?
No, I'm not gonna do a check again.
Is
Oh,
there
okay,
is
never
there
mind.
somewhere we can like hook the chains real quick? Like we pull the chains into like this center like.
As you're thinking that, and you step on the broken pillar behind you.
Oh shit!
Is Uridin still trying to pull a chain?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I wrap it around the pillar?
The
Or
pillar's
is it like
broken.
a
on
It's
it.
broken.
17.
Before we get anywhere, Uridan, what was yours?
14.
14. Exactly enough. And same Zio, obviously you're over. As you guys, Zio, you're like, I'm not letting my fox think I'm a bitch. And you pull this thing. And Uridan, you're just like, ugh. And you just lower your center of gravity and just keg walk it back. As both of you manage to walk these chains to the center of the room as the door opens all the way.
I-
I'm gonna let a little bit of slack go and see if it
Starts to
falls down.
shut.
Yeah, I walk in before he does that.
Cthulhu, make a strength check.
14.
Perfect.
10 plus 4.
You as it did I just have a stroke? You as it so as you give it some slack, you realize that it's now like pulling you as you go shit, and you pull it back to the center. June goes in. Ecclesius, do you go in?
Is it fully open now?
It is fully open.
Is
Yeah,
it dark
we'll
in
go.
there?
It is.
I cast light as Ecclesius as I wait for Ecclesius to come in.
What do you cast
My
it on?
cat.
I
Two.
will cast it on. I'll take out my quarterstaff. I'll cast it on the
Very well.
quarterstaff.
So, as you guys both head
Gandalf up
in,
here.
are the four of you that are holding these chains doing anything?
Can you send your fox to grab my 2x4, baby, and maybe we could wedge it?
Yeah.
You think
I
you're a
was.
piece of wood? No.
Yes.
Does anyone have a spare sword or something?
Can we
They
Oh,
all
yeah.
just like
loops
talking.
reach far
metal.
enough so
Yeah.
that way we can put
Yeah,
the
you
metal
could
in
put
the
something
sword?
in the center. Yeah, of course you could.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Someone
As
has
you're
been
doing
killed.
this, you can sense that it's probably a couple 100 pounds. Like each chain, it feels like you're pulling a couple 100 pounds.
So
I
you
can do this
just
all day.
implying that the sword wouldn't work?
No, you could try. I'm just saying that,
Oh.
like for the 2x4,
2x4 won't work.
yeah, you know it won't
Oh
work.
no, yeah, no.
And
I
you look
want,
on the
like, a
ground and you see
steel
the stone
canister.
pillar, so you know that the stone pillar probably is what held it open before.
Right.
Is there like a hook or an eye bolt on the pillar that's like just hanging out there?
Looks like you would slide it over the pillar.
We just need a spare sword. Does anyone have one?
I have a hand axe.
Spare.
Spare.
Yes, because in case it destroys the sword.
It's
Yeah,
going to
I'm
destroy
saying
the
I
sword.
don't have a spare. I have my scimitar, but not a spare.
Could
I really hope
Kinda.
June's spell lasts a long time because I don't know how much longer I could hold this.
Shit. At the risk of losing my greatsword, but I have a handful of other weapons. I'm gonna take my longsword and try and get the longsword to be into. Actually, is there any spot
There's no
in the
way.
pillar to stab my greatsword and put it in there, or no?
It's a crumbled bottom of a pillar. I mean, you could try to sink it into stone.
Fuck. No.
Is okay. Wait.
I'm gonna try and get my longsword into all four loops.
Do you know there's
Okay.
a
I'm
simple?
trying to do.
You can all pull them together, and you can put the longsword in it. I'll let you do that.
Can I like
Yeah.
wrap
I
like
don't like that face.
a
I
few?
don't like that face.
I
few
just
arrows
want to
with
know
it?
what you're doing. Yeah, you can put
Few arrows.
a few arrows. How many? Because you gotta track your arrows.
I'll do like 4 arrows that are like
Sounds good.
2 on each side.
Okay.
So when I'm releasing my tension, anyways, I'm gonna try and do it as delicately as possible. And obviously, it still might bend the sword,
Okay.
but I'm gonna try.
We'll
and
assume
do it
everyone
right
does
now.
it slowly. So all of you make a strength check.
Night.
19.
Yep.
Another 21.
Nice.
Jesus.
Go ahead,
Strong
Erden.
boy.
The cheap die are rolling well today. I should check them.
Where are the
Hold on,
chains coming
Uridan, Zia. What's your
Yeah,
strength check?
after this one, Uridan, it will probably
I
wear
want to
off.
save the best for last. Go ahead, Erden.
And that's advantage, correct?
Yes.
Oh, he has
Yeah.
a natural one. Oh no.
7.
Okay,
Oh,
Zia.
fuck.
Yeah, natural one.
My second roll was a natural one.
All right. Well, 2 fails, 2 successes. So I'll give you guys the benefit of the doubt and call it a success. I'm just gonna roll a d20 for the strength of this thing. Above, you're good. Below, this
It's-
thing's gone.
It's really old. It's a really old chain, so you know the springs just are so old. And
This
Is
is
it
rusty.
above a 20? It's good.
All right. So as you put it in there, yeah, as you slide in between all the rings, and 2 of you let it go slowly, as like Zio and Uridan kind of start to lose it, as you then pull it and just ease it out. It's holding. You look like you don't got much time, but it's holding. As it's like
Sprint. Full
just like
sprint.
struggling.
Yeah, just book it
Yeah.
towards it.
Yeah, I'm going to the.
Before,
fucking door.
by the way, Zio or Ecclesius and June, as you go in the room, it is dark, but when you cast the light, what you see very easily is in the center there's a plinth that has a cutout of a diamond that Ecclesius looks like would fit the back of the eye. And you also notice that there is no other doors in this room.
I had a feeling.
All you hear in the background is fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna hear that. I'm gonna know that I helped Uridan, and that's wearing off. I'm gonna look at Ecclesius, and I'm gonna look at that little cutout, and I say, I think that you need to do this quickly because we need to get out of this room, and there's only one way out.
I can handle this. Go help. And
I
I'll start-
can't help, but I can help you. But hurry. And then
Okay,
since
well,
my adjust density has worn off on Uridan at this point, I will half Ecclesius' speed so that he can increase his speed by 10 feet and jump twice as far.
Wait, you have his speed so you can increase it by 10
Size.
feet?
I think she meant size.
I half his weight or his
Oh,
density.
okay. Very
So
well.
all I have to do is put in this key. What the fuck?
Alrighty.
But,
June,
jump
are
really
you
far.
staying
You
in the
jump
room
off.
or
Oh,
leaving the room?
I'm gonna stay in the room by the door, holding kind of like my staff out to give Ecclesius some more light.
Okay. So, as
Wait, they're not running at us, but we started running towards them.
Yeah.
I think the dots connected in Uridan's head, and he would like skid to a halt and stay outside.
okay.
I would do what Uridan is doing because his judgment has usually been good.
Cthulhu,
Yeet!
do you run into the room?
I'm diving for it like baseball.
And I'll say,
home.
Captain State, please stay.
So
Okay.
I'm sliding
Hey.
into home, boys.
The door's not shutting. You walk into the open doorway.
You slide into the open doorway like it was shutting,
Okay,
and I
wait,
look
just-
at you weird.
He picks up
I'm
his hat
going
like Indiana
to-
Jones.
I know.
This
right?
is all right.
Chain-
Just for everyone to simplify this, the chain looks like it's gonna fail with the sword. Just to paint the picture a little bit, if the door closes with all of you in, there's no way out. So,
Fuck, I
who
go
stays
back.
outside? Alrighty.
Yeah.
Do you
Ayla,
guys take the sword out or leave the sword in?
Does it look like I can...
leaving the sword in, but
It
I
looks
think
like
I'm
it will
gonna-
break.
yeah. So
I'm gonna hold my action to
what I'm gonna
catch
do
the
is I'm
chain.
gonna leave the sword in to keep it there, but as like a failsafe. But then I'm also gonna hold on to the chain
Okay.
to try and like relieve some of the tension.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do after, being told to stop and not go in, I'm going to lean my shoulder down and say, follow them, and have my fox.
Is your fox
Uh,
in?
Yep.
and it runs into Ecclesius right next to you. It kind of like slides and it looks back at Zio, and it like looks around the room and like looks up at you.
Even his
What
little
if-
footsteps are cute.
I'm like,
And then yeah, I'll take Alar's lead and hold on
Okay,
to the chains.
so
this thing is like almost up to my belt because I'm only 3 feet tall now.
No, you should have your weight, not your size.
yeah, your weight. If you're 180,
Oh,
you only
yeah.
weigh 90 pounds.
That's my
No.
fault.
All right.
That's
82
fine.
pounds.
So, as all of you stay out, the fox runs in, and you're holding the chains and taking care of it. And if the sword goes to break, you catch your chains. All right, you guys are good.
Not catching the you can't
We
get
just
those
want to win,
chains.
TM. That's all.
Ecclesius.
I don't know if this is possible, by the way, but I'm holding my rage so that way, if when.
All right,
the
you
sword
guys
breaks,
got
I
the
get
chains.
advantage.
I'm one
Yeah.
one solution
Did we
away.
You-
I'm
you did
one
this,
more
Farron.
proposed solution away from just breaking the sword. All right, all right.
Okay,
So,
on to Ecclesius.
Ecclesius, the fox runs next to you,
Hello.
and it looks up and it's looking back at Zio. As you see the cutout and you look at the eye, what would you like to do?
I put it in
All right, as you
slowly.
like a perfect fit as you do, the eye starts to glow. As it does, it lets out a pulse of yellow light that shoots down the pillar and into the room and illuminates it. It hits the ceiling and the illumination fades, as you hear, or you feel more, just a, as you see coming out from the other side of the pillar, or the plinth that you just put the eye in, rising up out of the ground, a stone plinth that on the top has a very ornate and oddly carved stone box with a ornate metal lock on it, or like an ornate metal clasp. As the light shot up, you all got a vision around the sides. There are carvings and etchings into the wall of some sort of scene, if you'd like to look into that later. Ecclesius, as this box stops, what would you like to do?
I sprint towards it. I grab it as fast as I can and drop it into my bag of holding.
Well,
Yeah.
you'd have to open it. The stone is like a big stone box. Then it has like a metal
There's
clasp.
a box. There's a stone box on a stone plinth that like pushed it up.
Correct.
Oh well, then yeah, that I will. You said it looks like it's locked then.
No, it was an ornate metal
Just a
clasp on it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I flip it open.
Right. As you flip it open, you see inside a small wooden box that has what languages do you speak?
Common and Underdark.
All right.
Or excuse me, Common and Deep Speech.
Oh.
It has a language carved into it that you cannot read. It's a small wooden box on the inside.
Yeah, I grabbed that and I put it in the in my bag.
All right, you put that in your bag. And what else would you like to do?
This like we're under the threat of being stuck in here forever, right?
No, everybody's outside, so the door's shut. They would just have to open it again.
Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought
I'm
there was like
nervous.
an intense thing going.
No,
on
that's
there.
why I was just like, you guys got it. You're good.
Well, if we have time, then yeah, I'm just gonna. I'll take it back out of my bag, realizing we're not in this tense situation. I'm gonna flip the box open.
Okay.
But
As
I wanna
you
see what's inside there.
As you flip the box open, there is some fabric on the inside that you kind of push away, and laying in the center is. There's nothing in there. You pulled everything out too quick. You guys hear a ting 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 across the room.
Ting, 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 ting.
36. All right. As
got
you
it in my
notice inside, as you pull away the cloth, there is a small gold ring that around it, on the inlet, or inlaid on the outside of it, looks to be some sort of blue stone, and then wrapped around the entire ring is a type of red cloth.
My precious.
But yeah, I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna put that actually in my breast pouch. Keep it close so I can actually
Put it in
like,
the
feel it
titty.
as opposed to just having it like in the bag of holding. I want to take the box and I'll just be like,
Can anybody try to decipher this language? I have no idea what it says.
I'll kind of like look at the door and see that it might be a little less chaotic at this point, and I'll walk up with my quarterstaff and kind of shed some light on it and try to read it.
I'm gonna yell from like the other room. I suggest that we keep at least 4 or more out here so we can hold this damn thing.
As the sword starts to give way, so you pull the sword out and you guys all hold the chain.
Never mind, we are stuck.
Is the sword in like one piece? Like what?
Yes, but it is warped heavily.
It's in the shape of the letter Z.
I can fix it. Keep
Alright.
holding the chain.
Can
June, what languages do you
Yes,
speak?
actually, I can.
I speak Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, and Quarry.
As it does not look to be any sort of, or any one of those languages. Sorry, I got preoccupied for obvious reasons.
Would I mean, I would know it's not any of those. Would I recognize it being similar to anything, or maybe not be able to read it, but know what it might resemble?
Well, June's turning this over in her hand and trying to figure out if she can recall anything. I want to slowly start scanning the walls now that I know that it looks like there's some sort of art depiction. And then out the hallway, I'll just be like,
We are taking our time, so this might take a minute.
You guys suck. We're holding a chain.
oh, actually, who might I see? This might be an easy question, Fern. Who might be I be able to see out the hallway just real quick?
You can see everybody.
Oh, I
All
can
of
see
us.
everybody.
Chain.
Well then,
You guys all like kind of like back to back to back in the middle of the room.
Yep. Butt to butt.
Butts to butts.
who looks like they're struggling the most? And what the hell has Zio been doing this whole time?
He's holding one of the
Chain.
chains.
Oh, well then I'll put this on Zio.
Just really quick,
Didn't see
just to answer June's question, it does not look like any of the languages.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just immediately turn to Ecclesius. I can't read this. We might need to take it with us to see if one of them can, or if we need to find somebody else who can.
Why don't you drop it into my pouch?
And I'll just open up the bag of holding for you. So are they all like actually holding these chains and like struggling to keep the door open?
I mean,
Yes.
it's heavy, but it doesn't look like they're like, Jesus!
Gary.
Other than Zio, he looks like he's like a.
Yeah, I'm struggling.
Well, yeah, to Zio, I'm gonna cast message on him, and in your head you hear,
Hold on to this feeling.
and out loud I say, "Don't stop believing." And I hold out my arm, and I like flick, I like do this, and you'll see like a wisp of color kind of like hit him. And I'm giving you Bull's strength. You have an advantage on strength checks, and your carrying capacity doubles. And then I realize I can't do that because it's a touch spell.
Wait,
You want to
what
run
am I
up and
doing?
touch him?
Absolutely nothing happened.
Hey, run back. No.
June, look at these runes and pictures. We need to. Something tells me it's important.
I kind of run up to one side and I say, I'll kind of like look at this side and you look at the other. I'll also kind of like pull out like a journal if I can, or even if I have to put it kind of like in little side notes on in my spell book.
Okay.
If I see anything of note that I would like to kind of like try to copy,
Okay.
I would do
So
that
what
too.
you notice, and I'm assuming Ecclesius is going to the other side, so I'll just describe the entire thing. Starting by the door and moving towards the back of the room, you see what seems to be some sort of gathering of two armies. Many foot soldiers that as you get closer to the mid of the room, you start to see these large draconic figures. On the side that June's looking at, the ones are inlaid with silvers and bronzes and golds. As on your side, Ecclesius, you see that they have a crude painting over them of black and white and green. As you guys get to the forefront, you start to notice what seems to be carvings of some sort of mages, and them casting different spells, and everything's converging towards the center. As you get to the center, you see on the right side. All right, sorry, we'll start with the left. On the left side, you see the final dragon fallen and on the ground with some sort of mage or wizard casting a spell by it. As on the right side, you see a large draconic figure that's painted blue. That seems to be breathing fire down, or breathing some sort of weapon down, as you see another mage standing next to, or near that dragon as it's casting a spell towards the other side.
So there's so they kind of converge in the middle, and on one side in the middle there's a dragon on the ground with a mage next to it, and then on the other side there's a blue dragon.
There's a fallen
fire.
There's a fallen dragon with a mage standing next to it, and the mage seems to be as if it's protecting it. Mm-hmm. And then on the other side there is a blue dragon, or at least painted blue, and then there's a mage that seems to be casting a spell towards the fallen dragon.
Go ahead.
Sorry, just one, so I got all of this right. The dragon on the side that's painted blue with the mage that's casting something onto the fallen dragon is the dragon that's painted blue. Is that did you say it's breathing fire on the
or some sort of
dragon?
attack of some sort of
But,
attack?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, Rudin.
I was just gonna say, as we're all kind of like back to back to back, holding these chains up, and I look over my shoulder. So, what do you guys think of the name, the Eclectic, for us? Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah?
I peek out.
I don't know that word.
Okay. Your vote doesn't count.
Alright. So, Ecclesius and June. As you both, and as I was describing it, Ecclesius, you were looking at the side with, just to simplify things, the chromatic dragons, and then June, you were looking at the metallic dragons, but both of you kind of get the picture together. So,
can we slowly walk out together, like shoulder and shoulder, and I kind of want to look down and be like, that was really fascinating. Just like walking out nonchalant as like the rest of the group's like struggling to keep it open.
And the fox is
really
like,
fascinating.
and it next to you as it nonchalantly walks to.
Oh boy.
As you notice that they leave the room,
I drop it.
you all just, and
Yeah,
you see, since all of you drop it at once, the door, and it actually like cracks a little bit going up.
Oops.
That's how we can.
We should have just opened it and closed it many times.
Don't know why you guys did it. Ecclesius, you kind of look back and you think about it, and you're like, and you kind of think in your head, you're really happy you weren't under that when you were kind of peeking through.
I would have been a Jewish sandwich.
Yeah. Another way to say it.
So, then I have what I came for, and what do you want to tell them, June? What we found on the walls regarding the dragons?
Yeah, it was really interesting. Each side of the room had depictions of armies battling each other, and it all seemed to converge in the middle with one side of what seemed to be a mage trying to protect a dragon that had fallen, and on the other side another mage with a dragon that was kind of painted blue, and they were both attacking the dragon and the mage that had been downed. And I'll kind of look at Zio at this point. Have you read anything or studied anything that this rings a bell at all?
Yeah.
Make a history check.
Would I know anything about this? If it's maybe a religious, battle between two of the main factions of religion or something.
It's not religious in nature.
Got it.
12.
I'm gonna
12? The war that you studied the most would have been the one between Uthran and Celeria. This one does not seem to pique your memory.
What about-
No, June. I haven't. I mean,
does
maybe it might have, but I might not have been paying attention that day.
is it anything that might have happened while I was alive? Because I believe I'm like 50 years older than everyone else.
You wouldn't have heard of this. Also, to everybody, just as a general note, dragons are a folklore thing. As
That's what my question was going to be.
Yeah, they are not something that someone's like, yeah, I slayed a dragon. Maybe somebody who's really, really old, but...
NBD.
I slayed one back in the day.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there's any seers in my village or tribe that had told some stories of this.
You could try to do a history check, I guess, to remember stories.
All right, here we go. Roll a 100.
I'd like to do the same thing that he's doing, but
Sure.
with the north, because
go ahead.
I'm not sure if there would be dragons in the north.
I would also like to do a similar thing, but based on like travelers coming through the
rolled
inn.
a
If I would
natural
have.
20. Oh
I
my
should
god.
Okay.
Running that
Alar, what
fast.
was your check?
I rolled a 19. I'm switching the die that I'm using as well. I don't know.
I'm just trying to roll both.
June.
Cheaters.
Can I roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you say history?
Mhm.
Look, it rolled 18.
You will need pluses, even if it's a natural 20.
Really?
I'm just
think
saying,
it's
like,
fine.
if
That's
you roll a
something
natural
we're not
20...
supposed to know,
No.
guys.
I'm saying on an ability check, even if you roll a natural 20, that doesn't mean you succeed. You
Yeah.
still need bonuses. So,
I got a non-nat 20.
okay. And Uridin.
I want to be honest. I think it's flat, but do you want a picture of it?
If you think it's flat, then it's flat. If you think it's tilted, then it's tilted. I mean, it's
I
up
don't
to
know
you.
how to tell.
I don't care either way.
Show it.
I don't care
Just
either
like
way.
grab my webcam.
Yes.
However you want to. I believe you either way. Oh.
Seizures.
Look at that high def.
Sure,
number.
it looks flat. We'll just call it flat.
Yeah, it was pretty flat.
Look at that razor
just on the edge.
Naga mouse for that WoW player in
Yeah.
your life.
Bullshit.
Alrighty.
Cricket.
So,
It's a Corsair Scimitar. Get it right.
Alar.
Yeah, but that's only a total of 21.
Alrighty. Alar. You have heard old folk tales and legends and myths about dragons that have ruled the land before bipedal beings. You would also have heard that, or you would also recall that, or you would never have heard of they just went extinct, or there was a X that happened.
It was an
Just
asteroid.
over time,
Say
they
that.
seem in
You're
your
an
culture
ashtray.
to have faded. June, you do not have a recollection of, or you've not heard any stories of dragons other than, someone being like, I slayed one, and then everyone being like, yeah, fucking okay, you did.
Yeah, okay, that's Carl.
Certain stories like that.
Shut up.
Uridin,
Shut up, Phil.
you have heard stories of draconic culture from a long time ago. And you would know that there had been a specific battle, you can't recall the name, but there's been a battle that would have taken place in the Badlands. It was and this is, again, this isn't this happened, but this is a very common legend or lore, which is why the Badlands are quote-unquote burnt as they are.
I will, to the best of Erdin's ability, kind of retell that story.
Okay.
How many sound
And
effects
just
do you
say,
use?
like, wow. I would say, and roar. Those are dragons and
Dragon
explosions. Yes.
Kapow and
And then somewhere there's like a jet or something. And yeah, so yeah, that is the tales I've heard from our seers and the wise ones of our village.
So wait, dragons are real?
At the time they were, yes. They are legends now. I have personally, in my short time frame, have not seen anything, but you never know. They could still exist.
Well, I do know that there are archaeologists amongst our group, so I wonder if anybody has seen anything.
But this is an interesting find, though, because I've never heard of depictions of such, thing. Like, we have our seers that, they pass down the knowledge, and that could get construed. But this is like a living illustration. That is impressive. This is something of note.
It is the same for me that dragons are tales of long ago, but they are just beasts of nature, forces of nature almost. Nothing about a war.
Well, if I mean, I guess it's interesting nonetheless, especially with Uridin, your stories being passed down. But maybe just something to hang on to for now.
I do want to point out, though, my the knowledge that I have of this is it never really details the human or humanoid type defending or fighting with Dragonkin. That doesn't ring any bells with me. I only know of dragons creating the Badlands mostly. So that is something interesting.
So maybe Ecclesius, something that you could bring to your master if perhaps he might know a little bit more history.
Or we'll have to see him eventually, and if not my master, someone in the guild, because I have what I needed. And I need to get it soon.
Cthulhu, you had a question?
Would there be any text about dragons or anything? Maybe Fultus, something with Fultus and the text of his.
You didn't read it with Fultus, so make a history check if you heard it with your clan.
I have a question for you, Jim, when I have a chance. Would I consider us to be targets now that I have that item? Would it be known that if people are seeking these items, that other people are also seeking them, and maybe we should be?
To your note, you would know that. Well, one, it's an item that's probably not well known other than your guild.
Okay.
So it would I look at it this way: is this thing is probably either rare, powerful, valuable. So if someone learned that you had something of that nature, then yes, that might be. But it's not like they are. You wouldn't think that someone's like, oh, they got the eye or they got the ring. We gotta attack them. But
there's 400 people searching for the item.
I that can sound murky, but my point being is if a tribe of bandits found out you have something that's either could smite a city or sell for 1 billion gold, that would be what lies in the danger. Is it's probably just valuable.
Okay.
Cthulhu, your check?
16.
16? No, I would say your orcish culture would probably focus more on their own culture than external forces. So there would not have been any tales that you would have heard. I would say orcish culture would be a lot more prideful of, we are us. So
yeah, I agree.
Ecclesius, what exactly did you have to get from there?
I had to get this ring, and
Oh yeah, can any of you read it?
is the ring in the box still? I just want to
No.
clarify that.
No,
Okay.
the box is there's so many things going on. The box June still has, unless you left it in there, because I gave it to you to read it. So you would have the box, and I said that in that velvet wrapping, I have the ring in a breast pouch pocket.
Okay.
Or,
I thought the box went into the bag of
That's
holding.
what I thought. Is that the
The
box?
box,
does
we'll
not
just
be
for
able to be removed?
simplicity, we'll say the box is in the bag of holding.
okay,
Okay.
I'll pull it
Okay.
out and I'll say,
if anybody can try to read this, this is in which the ring was hidden.
Does anyone speak Draconic?
Nope. I was gonna
That's
say
Just for
right,
simplicity.
that's what it
five
was.
languages.
Just for simplicity, no one can read it.
This is
Uh,
not even in a script that I know.
But we will
That-
find somebody to do that.
But we should fund Brick.
Why? Because he's a dragonborn,
What?
and there were
yes.
dragons on the walls.
Do you know who
And we can trust him. I mean, that's what I was going for, but why? I guess if you want to bring race into it, that's a thing.
Well, I'm-
he already
I'm just
did a
laying
spell.
out the facts and the options here.
To be
okay?
fair, it is an interesting question that none of us have seen dragons, but dragonborns exist.
Would I know a little bit about like dragonborn?
I mean, they're called descendants. That's a thing.
Yeah, like
They
would I
just be
know?
descendants of some.
Yeah,
They're not
Yeah.
common. They're not like humans, dwarves,
Sure.
elves, but they're not uncommon. Like we'll say, just meta like tritons. You know.
yeah.
I mean, they're
Um,
common enough to have their own drink, so.
Yes.
sure. So I'd say, well, maybe perhaps. I mean, dragonborns are descendants, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So maybe Brick would be a good place to start. Do we know where he was even going?
Did you all forget that he literally bid us farewell to go into hiding?
He's hiding. There's no point.
Well,
Uh,
I don't know. Maybe we can talk to him through the, arcanes.
okay.
that.
The arcanes.
We should go to the archives and see what arcanic knowledge or arcane knowledge we can.
Mhm.
What were you
Alright.
saying, Cthulhu?
Ring by chance.
Can't say the name of it. That doesn't.
Canned arcanes.
What'd you say, Cthulhu?
Yeah.
I was
What?
gonna ask, Ecclesius, can I see that ring by chance?
No.
Oh wow. Okay. Why?
This is important to me. I have not touched it myself. So I would have to unwrap it, and you can look at it with your eyes, but you cannot touch it or put it on.
Unwrap it so we can at least look at it. Maybe some of us will understand it more than you.
I'm gonna put my hand on Cthulhu's shoulder. Yeah, easy. No, this is his child right here.
I know.
We're here to help.
I'm
trying to-
curious how you would know more about an item you didn't even know I was looking for.
Some
But
of us have-
I will. Yeah, I'll pull it out.
Okay.
And try to remove it from the pouch or
Okay,
the
yeah.
wrapping and I'll hold it up so
Very well.
people can see it.
Attack
And
magic.
you seem. You do detect magic. Let me see.
Burns your retinas.
Super powerful.
My eyes.
It's not the ring.
Well,
it's the
all you
velvet.
get is the school of its.
It's a biology ring.
Mathematics.
Chemistry.
This is a other class joke ring.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
Witty.
PE.
It would.
P.E.
It's as you cast detect magic. First of all, you get a sensory overload of a strong school of evocation.
You sneeze a lot.
And then just for shits and giggles, to see if it's good or evil in nature, or it is like divine in any sense.
It does not have any sort of innate
Okay.
nature. It is.
Alignment.
It doesn't have a alignment itself. No.
Does it look special in any sort of way? Does anything stand out just by looking at it?
Everything about it looks special in every way.
Well,
Oh, it doesn't have like a gem.
It is
or-
gold, and the inlet looks like a blue stone and is wrapped with a red fabric.
well,
I'm gonna kind of get a little uneasy with everyone's eyes on it, and I'm gonna walk up to Ecclesius and close his fist for him.
Okay. As
And I accidentally
Uridan,
put it on and woof.
and you
Oh,
and
shit,
you
my
see
bad.
6 dragons. They're like, that hurt my throat.
And then
Uridan
as I,
walks up and curls your paw.
and then I'll curl it closed, put the velvet on so he doesn't actually touch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll close it and I'll say, and I'll tap his fist, and I'll say, "Let us get this back to your assembly."
Mhm.
and
What
little
about
nod. It's very it is rancid evocation. It's literally I can't even comprehend how much I'm getting.
That's
It's almost like I
powerful.
Is
Usually.
it evoking disgust from you?
Oh,
No.
it's giving me the same sensory overload as walking into your guild house and me casting it.
Yeah, but do you guys know that, evocation magic is usually very powerful and most of the time destructive?
But we don't even. This is not our charge. This is for Ecclesius. We need to move.
No, yeah, you're right, but
Hey June, what kind of magic do I do?
Half.
Illusion.
I didn't say that. Uridan did.
Half.
I'll look at Zio and I'll be like, the firebolt is evocation.
Oh, so it's as devastating as I am then. I see.
It usually
Look.
can be very devastating. So if this is very strong and evocation magic, then it has the potential to maybe be destructive. But I don't know enough about items like this to know what they're capable of. It would be more of Ecclesias's area, and if this is something that your assembly has sent you to get, then perhaps it will be best if it's in safe hands.
I don't mean to sound like a broken bard instrument, but I believe that we need to move, and if we get this back to Ecclesias's assembly, I feel like they will tell us everything we want to know.
So back to Slaria then.
Last quick question: when I cast detect good or evil, does anybody in our party pop us up as evil?
No.
Oh, balls.
I'm just checking real quick.
No.
Fuck this
Good
shit, I'm
question.
out.
Really good question, but no.
Can you see my horns? And my head is like a pizza fork.
Well, actually, let's make sure, unless somebody did tell, does anybody have any sort of lawful evil, lawful anything? Does anyone have any evil tag to their name?
No.
An evil good.
Zio.
Is everyone good?
Okay. Neutral or good.
Let me double check because I don't remember my alignment.
I'm neutral, so.
But
Oh,
I
yeah.
will
Okay,
tell,
no, we're good.
I will tell Ecclesius that if this is something that is, that powerful that it gave Cthulhu that type of sense, then perhaps I'll look around to everybody. Perhaps we tell no one that we're carrying this on our way back.
Why would we? We have no business. We're not carrying anything.
Exactly.
So
I
we
don't
move.
even have
I
my
got a
great
box.
sword.
No.
And
I'm
now I'm
sorry,
also
but-
short
Wait.
a long sword.
Wait,
But that one was
Are
my
you-
choice.
you literally have no weapons now?
No, I have.
I want to double check this. I want to say
Was
I have
that-
two
was
hand
your
axes
sword
and 2
destroyed?
javelins, but it's
It's warped. Is
Yeah.
the warping something I could fix?
You'd have to
Hey,
heat
Laura.
it or just step on it and hope it doesn't snap.
Aylar,
I-
come
I
here.
do for whatever
Efficient.
reason. I don't know why.
Be something
have
you tackle
smith's
later.
tools.
Got it.
No, Aylar, I had this wrapped in my
Yes.
bedroll for a long time. Well, not that long. It's been a couple days. This is Lennon's great axe. Do you want it?
great axe.
Yes.
That's better than nothing.
Because I was going to sell it and
Well-
probably get 60 gold or something for it. But if you need a weapon, I don't want you going up to punch something with your fucking fists.
Well, here's the thing. I have 4 javelins and 2 hand axes, which both of them I can wield with my shield. With the
You
great
have my
axe, I
shield.
cannot use my shield, but I will be able to do more damage.
Yeah, it was a simple yes or no question. Do you want the axe or no?
I will use it until we get the chance to sell it.
Okay, perfect. I get the gold. Here you go.
So,
I need to make something perfectly clear. This ring does not concern any of you. And when we learn of what it does and what it's called, if I am not to know, then none of us are to know. This is not a personal thing. I procure items. I don't always get to use them or even know what they are.
I hope
I
you
was
don't
simply-
mind me. Pardon me, but I do want to make something clear. I kind of understood this as a contract, so we are helping the assembly. So we help the assembly. We help Ecclesius. He completes his mission. Maybe they help us. Well,
I need
so
a
be
great
it.
sword.
Money?
This is,
Great sword?
this is right. I just meant that if they don't want to tell us what this ring does, then that is where it ends for us.
I
Absolutely.
would like to be
Contracted to
20
bring it back.
again.
That is, yeah, that is something that I've been
totally forgot that.
I've been thinking of often. Yeah.
Wait, what
We
did
need
he
to
say?
find-
Just in the commotion of everyone talking over him, I'd love to be 20 again.
You are becoming an old man like me, Zio.
Oh
He's
shit.
not that old.
Yeah, I mean, he is 50.
He's still half my age, but
So,
But
They're
I
just
want
old.
to I want to double down on what Ecclesius is saying. This is our job. As adventurers, as a party right now. We took on this mentor, and we are helping him.
Our
So-
only job is to make sure that, like you said, or Uridan and Ecclesius, that this gets back to the assembly, who are the people that were looking for it. And I was just stating that based on Cthulhu's findings, that hopefully the assembly will keep it safe. And maybe, and hopefully, that's why they sent you to get it in the first place.
This is my feeling too. I did not mean it personally, just meant that they don't want us to know. That's where it ends for us.
Yes,
Ecclesius,
there's no
I-
prying. Oh, go ahead. Ken.
Okay.
I have a quick question. Do you think this is the kind of item that would be sold?
Of course.
That's-
If not kept.
I might have
This
a,
could be a
birthday
artifact.
present for mom. Or
That
rather,
is-
I should ask for a birthday present from mom.
That is incredibly insulting, Zio.
Why?
In my pocket, I hold an item that could change the course of history. That could wield a leader of a strong army, or at the very least, fetch many electrum to build Sararia over twice that. And you seem to have the disposition it is some trinket.
I might want
And,
it, and if it's to be sold, why not buy it?
And what makes you guys the gods to decide who gets it and who doesn't if it does wield so much power?
But they are not gods. And they are the ones that know about it. The only reason we know about it is because we are with Ecclesius.
Our next step is to help Ecclesius bring this back to his assembly, and that's it.
I do
I
not
don't-
understand how a ring is so powerful. Because it is a ring. It is just metal.
Oh,
But
It's
if you
magic.
find it important, we will. My sword is not magic, and it is much more powerful than what my magic. Anyways,
Why?
Different
if
types
it is
of
important, it was for his assembly. Then we shall bring it back to his assembly, because that is what they do. I don't understand what the ring is. For me, it is a frivolous ornament for your finger, but we should return it to the assembly.
Inar, if at a different time, I would love to tell you the fascinating world of enchantment and how it works. And how to
also
do it.
tell that to
I
your
find women
companion.
very enchanting, but I don't think I understand what you mean.
Your companion.
Like
and
you
the-
verbal
woman.
I love how when you laugh, Nick comes back.
Yeah, I was like, Nick,
Yeah.
finish that sentence.
Boobs.
Alrighty. So, as you all prepare to head back to Celeria, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I only have one question. If you want to open roll 20, you can. But it's very simple. Do you guys travel the way you came, or you can go around the opposite side of the mountain, which would probably be about a 20-day extra trek, but might be safer because you won't have to walk past Merc Meadow. Or you can just try to take a very long, wide berth around Merc Meadow.
Well,
Um,
we should definitely avoid Merc Meadow. We are fugitives.
Huge
Fugitives.
taves.
We are just a couple of taves, a
Fugitives.
fugitive.
There's our group name.
Couple
Ah, damn it!
Oh no.
fugitives.
That's
No,
not a good
don't-
thing.
stop
Greeting, High
saying
King
it.
of
Stop saying
Falbian.
it.
We
I
are
was joking.
fugitives.
Stop saying it. I don't want to hear it anymore.
You said it.
I have a name for our
confirmed it.
group. It will be
I
Clean and
immediately regret
Naz.
it.
A few Gustavs? A few Gustavs? Is that what you
Where's
said?
where's a
Nope,
couple
nope,
of
we're
Gustos?
done. Over.
Bunch of
I'm
wild
pulling-
and crazy
I'm pulling a
Gustav.
DM and we're nipping that right
So
in the butt.
which way are you guys going?
I
Let's go around the mountain. and
think we should go
check in.
around the mountain. I've never been out this way, and the more that we can see while we're out here, I think is worthwhile.
I agree. Cthulhu, Alar.
Yeah,
If you're in roll 20, these would be the options for the most part.
Pink.
I think if
I mean, there's
we go
infinite
around-
options. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
to get home, it's either the way you came, around the other way, or taking a very wide berth around Merc Meadow.
I think it would be better to go around because from Merc Meadow they probably have already sent word back to Celeria and perhaps there are people, perhaps from the burrow, searching for us already. So
Yeah,
it
I
might
think
be
my
best to take an
Erden-
alternative route.
I think my chances of
laughed
getting
a
into
little
that
bit.
spa kind of. But-
I want to point out that Merc Meadow was like a crummy little like unauthoritative, like there was nothing monitoring that town. I really highly doubt that there's much communication between Celeria and Merc Meadow.
I am not talking about the mayor of Merc Meadow, which probably does not exist. I am talking about the
He has very
friends
few teeth.
of Lenin that's probably survived, and perhaps they are returning.
I don't. Did you guys see any survivors?
No, and I hate to say it, that Lenin might have is kind of the leader, top guy.
Right, but
I-
if not all of Lenin's friends fought us, maybe.
No,
It's a possibility, but you must also remember that Celeria is big. Merc Meadow's not so big.
the
I
issue.
feel like we'll be fine.
No, the issue is that along the way we need to be on the lookout for members of the bureau. Lenin was a member of the bureau. We've already been on the lookout for members of the bureau already. So
So
what's
nothing changes.
exactly?
So
But
then
even-
onward.
Let us go.
Onward.
Yeah.
Going through Pink then?
Yep, we are
We're
taking
going-
We're taking the pink
Pink
path.
Road.
We're
Alright.
going into
Actually, the
pink.
lime green one looks pretty appealing.
I like the lime
So-
green one as well.
Oh, it's
As-
deleted. I don't see it.
Yeah.
As you
Gone forever.
all venture out of the chapel, 1,000 dragons.
New chapel.
They're really quiet.
1,000 wormlings, hopefully.
Big boy dragons.
Pitch
As
that
you
by
all
six,
head and to take a safe route back to Celeria to get back to real civilization, that is where we're going to end the session for the night.
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
That was a great session. I loved that session. There's so much good.
Me too.
There's
I-
just
I
so
had a
much
lot of
great
fun.
about it.
So much good.
I got a fox.
And I love the way Ecclesius
I'm
played
I'll cry again.
no, this is mine. Fuck you. I like that, you know, instead of just, hey, yeah, powerful thing. No, it was great. And thank you, Jag. Thank you very much. I legitimately, as I was talking to you guys, forgot we were on the internet.
How do I pull it up?
For
Thank
real.
you,
So
Tanya.
did I like
Yeah, we're
get
still live.
some of those like roleplay moments or like my stupid ass jokes that I think are funny.
Yeah,
They are funny.
they're all funny.
They
Your
are funny.
stupid ass jokes.
That hit him with it.
Everyone is funny in their own way.
But I
Thanks
have
for your pretty laugh.
some awesome
All my
news
imaginary
too.
friends laugh at
Hey,
me.
awesome news! Everybody, shut
Of
up.
awesome news, because of everyone in chat support, and we have enough sub points, we will get a new emote.
Yes.
It is, I guess, technically all to you. It's technically undecided what it will be.
It's
but
not. I
if
know
you
what it is.
right, but if you join our Discord and you have any awesome ideas, you can
Yeah.
throw it out in there. But
yeah,
we
yeah.
were gonna keep it a secret
For
what
sure.
we think it will be, and it will just be a
Oh,
surprise. when it
I don't
comes
even
up.
know what it is.
Throw it in
Yes,
tab
you
talk
do.
in our open Discord.
Yeah, you do.
Is it
Uh,
is
I wanna
our
get-
Discord linked?
Yes,
Are
it
you
is linked
kidding?
down below.
Okay.
So right down below the stream, just click it. It'll bring you to it. Make sure you follow us on
That's
Twitter
awesome.
and Instagram, and our YouTube, obviously. But thank you so much to everybody that's always here. Jag, you're always here. Tatiana, you're
Yeah.
always here. Brandon, my hero, or Mr. Hero. Everyone that's always here. Thank you so much.
There goes my hero.
Oh wait, is it
Oh,
is
now
it
that's
weird to
gonna
do
be
an
stuck in my
announcement
head
at
for
the
like
end?
10 days.
No, you can totally do an announcement.
Oh, I was
Dude,
gonna say that
announce.
we're gonna start putting like short little clips and highlights and stuff on Instagram and all the Twitters and stuff like that too.
Oh,
So,
Twitters.
Yeah, just the Twitters. We're just gonna throw them on there.
I also want to throw a challenge out to chat too. So if they're extra funny, they could end up on that Instagram.
Yeah, true that.
That is really
I
true.
want that. I want to see chat be funny too.
Hero sounds good. Just Hero. But
We like laughing.
yeah. But thank you to all of you amazing people. Like I announced at the beginning, we will not be live until January 8th of 2020, depending on how old this video is you're watching, when it's on YouTube. But January 8th, we will be back, and we're going to be working on some pretty cool things that we hope to debut on our return. So, that being said, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out, and we will see you in, 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Enjoy them
Hey,
holidays.
2 measly
you-
little weeks.
Well, 3
everybody.
weeks
you
from
miss
now,
us-
we'll be live.
If you miss us, just join us in Discord. We'll be
There
here.
you go.
Yeah, we'll be
Yes,
hanging
I
out
was
and
gonna say
playing
we will be
games.
around most days. And
And
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
episode will be
yeah.
uploaded Tuesday, so it's
Right.
only really 2 weeks you're gonna miss us.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
we play games.
I
like
was
World
just
of
gonna
Warcraft.
say I'm like we play some of the Jackbox games, but if any of you guys have like an idea or a game that you know of, like a party game that for a bunch of people to
Absolutely.
play,
Mhm.
just stick it in there and yeah, we'll
Stick
come
it in
on-
there.
Stick it
It
in
will
there.
come on what?
Yeah,
Just stick it in there, will
finish
come on
that
what?
sentence.
You know what? You cut me
You
off.
finish
It
it.
wasn't gonna sound that bad at first, and you made it worse.
Well,
So,
on that note,
I'm in
you
there.
know what I mean?
One more thing.
Wink, wink.
one more
I want
thing.
to-
Okay.
Yeah, jet out there is also we will be, correct me if I'm wrong, we'll be playing reruns of this episode on Friday nights while we're not.
Should be. So if we do that, it will still say we're going live. It's gonna be a rerun, but we might even be chilling in chat and just talking about it and making fun of ourselves because that's the best type of humor. That is a good point.
Self-deprecating.
I can't wait to roast Sven. What an idiot.
What a stupid big dead idiot.
I don't
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
dead.
You only made it 6 episodes. What a
Too
bit.
soon.
No, but
He's not a real gamer.
thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you so much for the subs. Thank you again to Potatoes and V12 for following today. You're all amazing people. Thank you for subbing. We'll be back soon. And we'll be back for Chapter 14 of the Arcane Archives. Thank you everybody. Take care and happy holidays.
Bye.
Toodaloo.
Thank you.